boy.
And we get our first look at the new villain of this game, Octavo.
He
Who?
thinks
Octavo.
Hero belongs to him, but I tend to disagree.
So he's kind of forced the king into a deep slumber, and that sets up the story.
Link's jealous. He's like, I want to be in a deep slumber.
Oops. Oh, snap.
Guitar most nights.
Bass guitar most nights.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's really cool and frightening.
Good luck.
You as well. Oh, no.
Are you down already?
I'm already down.
Oh, no.
I think I was low on health.
Oh, dang.
Oh, dodge.
This is why you were revived, Sam.
Maybe I should have died and had you revive me. Oh, get.
Okay, I gotta
get the
stay away from the
minions
hot
first.
coals.
What's up, Zach? How you doing, man?
I need to make my way around, but they're moving
I'm just
with me.
sort of
Now I can backseat.
biding my time here,
Okay.
watching this. This game actually is interesting. It comes out today. I might actually cop
Last
it.
guy.
Oh, no. I'm on the hot coals.
Get off of there. Oh, that was nice.
You can do this.
That range is
Yeah,
really
that
coming in
range
handy.
weapon's helpful.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, get
I
out
gotta
of
get
there.
out of here.
Get out of there.
Oh, GG for that guy.
Okay, so we'll get to see. We'll get to see the
As
defeat sequence.
intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when you're defeated, you come and you get to talk to the Oracle, and the Oracle will allow you to use your diamonds on any one of these things that might help you out. I think we should probably each take a shovel, but we're gonna get to go right back into the.
Get ready to head to the doctor's to go get my physical papers done. Oh yeah, your new job, bro. I forgot about that. You excited for that?
So we've already done all the work. We have full health. If you have multiple items, I might go back to this broadsword, although that range was really
That
helpful.
range was pretty
Yeah,
helpful
yeah,
for those
okay.
You could like
guys.
reach over the coals and just like poke him. Hi, hi.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. I think we needed to. Did we need to go through here first? Nope. I thought this is where the room was. Oh, it is. Okay.
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah, don't play scared. You're trying to get out of this boss
No.
fight. I don't remember where it was.
One down.
That was totally intentional. It just gave us an opportunity to listen to the music again.
And visually, actually, the size of these bosses, I think, really reinforces like their movement patterns. It gives you a chance to like,
Oh, no.
if you're not playing, like I'm just watching and not talking and playing. It's a lot easier for me to follow the boss's movements because they're so gigantic.
No, no.
This game is actually. When does it come out? What time does it come out?
Really aggressive right now.
Not really
Okay.
for the job. It's more
Get
so
off
that the
those
doctor's
coals,
office doesn't
buddy.
drop me as a patient. Also, interviews tomorrow. Awesome.
We've got,
Got
you got this. You got this. You got
There
this.
you
You got
go.
this. You got
You
I
this.
may have to cop this and stream it because
All right, I
this
believe in you,
is.
though.
This looks.
Come on, 3 hits. Oh, that is
Two more
smart.
arrows. One more
One
arrow.
more.
One more arrow.
Yeah.
Quit mocking people over there.
Got him.
Goodness.
The
Good
power of
work.
ranged weapons.
And let's collect our reward.
Yes.
Oh, you weren't. Oh, you get a bass guitar as a weapon?
It's a pretty sick gem.
It's really cool.
You get a bass guitar as a weapon for that. That's pretty dope.
That's right. I do feel a magical aura.
That's true.
Wow, that was
That's way too much fun
Yeah,
to play in
yeah.
co-op.
Oh my goodness.
It really is.
that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about all the time we have for that segment. I'm glad we got to see.
Oh,
that
snap.
boss
It's
fight.
done already.
Like Sam.
Yeah.
And
That's too bad.
yeah, what else we have? Anything in closing thoughts about this game? I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Grab your headphones. Cadence of Hyrule, the Crypt of the Nectar Dancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda, is available to download on Nintendo eShop this morning.
Yes.
This morning.
This morning, so right now.
All right.
Yes.
So someone needs to give me my
Sam,
Switch.
Audrey, thank you guys. And Indie Day rolls on. We are going to be right back on Nintendo Treehouse Live with Dauntless. So don't go anywhere.
Oh, snap. Dauntless. Now, Dauntless is something that I have been interested in playing. I just never played it. Like, I have it on the PC, but never played it. But I might. It's a free-to-play Monster Hunter type of game. What? So yeah, I can't wait to see them talk about Dauntless though. That is something I do want to see. That'll be a lot of fun on the Switch with a lot of people. It's free to play and you can play with people. It is gonna be lit, bro. But Dauntless might even be better. We may play a lot of games today that are gonna be fun. Cause Dauntless is on here. I don't need to switch. I'm gonna play it. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Thought the others would have popped him. It's a down day, bro. Plus, I don't know how YouTube is working. Notifications have been funny, so you never know. Like, people be busy. It's not that big of a deal. It's Thursday. It's everybody's not as hyped for E3. They're not paying attention as much. People probably are going back to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Like I said, this is more or less because I'm bored and I just want to hang out. And maybe I can get some games out of this and play them. I don't know, but it's really not that big of a deal. This is more just a hangout, chill. If y'all want to come hang out with me, come hang out with me. Nah, it's not like a huge, oh my gosh, no one stopped by. It's not that big of a deal. But watching this gameplay from this TV looks interesting. I want to hear him talk about it though. My question about this though, is it going to be in like 30? Is it going to be in 30 or is it going to be in 60 frames per second? Like, where are we going to be at with this game? Music is pretty good. Yeah, I'm fun over there. Playing Stardew.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Sam, joined by my colleague Vince from our Publisher and Developer Relations team, and I am super excited that right now we're going to take a look at Dauntless for Nintendo Switch. We've got some guests with us here from the Phoenix Labs team, Jesse, Nick, and Chris. Thank you so much for bringing this over. I know y'all have been really busy with development. You got a ways to go, but it's really awesome that you give us a chance to take an early look.
What's up, Stitch? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, absolutely. So here today we're
Just
showing
laying,
off,
let's kick
Dauntless
back,
on
relax,
Switch for the first time
watching this
ever.
Treehouse event, seeing whatever they got. See if there's like any new games that coming out like soon, you know, because they spend all their time announcing the big games, but did they really give us the games that are coming out here close? So Dauntless is a game that we could play, or Cadence of Hyrule they just showed.
Folks who maybe haven't had a chance to check out
That looked
Dauntless
fun,
before,
so I'm just kind of just
what can you
chilling,
tell them about what this game is?
relaxing,
Yeah, so
cooling,
Dauntless
shooting
is
some
a
b-ball.
action RPG where you and up to 4 of your friends go on these cooperative hunts and challenge these boss-sized, larger-than-life behemoths that are threatening humanity's survival.
And I think we've got one we can kind of.
I mean, they might as well quit lying and just say Dauntless is a Monster Hunter ripoff brought to you by Epic Games, because that's all Epic Games be doing is ripping people off.
Not without
And copying their
some
ideas.
challenges, so why don't we hop in here?
Yeah, I said it.
Sweet. In the full version of Dauntless, you'll be crafting hundreds of different weapons and armor and gear combinations. For the sake of the demo today, we've got a couple pre-built kits here. So I'm going to go with the War Pike, which is a great utility team support weapon.
All right, I really enjoy mobility, so I'm going to grab the chain blades, I think, today.
Awesome. Yeah, no RPG would be complete without lots of character customization options. So when you start your journey in Dauntless, you'll create a Slayer, tailor your appearance with, again, hundreds of different combinations and options.
I will say, when I first started playing the game, I was amazed how long it took me in the character creator. I wasn't expecting to have so many options. This is just like 4 pre-builds, but it's really remarkable that you can make such a personalized take on your Slayer, but then once you get into the game and you reach the Ramsgate City area, you can actually customize again. It's not like you're locked into one look.
Yeah, one of the things we really wanted to kind of nail when we started development was making sure that players felt like they could be whoever they wanted to be in the world. And you change over time, so we wanted to make sure that players also are able to change what they look like over time as well.
So,
with so much content already here, how is this game free to play?
You know, that's a great question. We don't really think about kind of the free-to-play model as, you know, something that should have a little bit of content or a lot of content. You know, we really focus on delivering, you know, the best experience to players that we possibly could. And, you know, in a game like this...
Phone call. Hopefully it's not an emergency.
Lots of ways to interact with the game. It was really important to us. And so, you know, we've been building the game now for about 4 years. And, you know, we keep kind of layering on and, you know, trying to add more and more content as we go. And we're also, like, basically adding, you know, new behemoths, new weapons consistently. We're patching every 2 weeks. And, you know, the next big kind of jump for us is to bring the game to Switch, where, you know, we can get even more awesome players in. So.
That's awesome.
all right, so heading into a Charog hunt, one thing I think that's really interesting about...
So is it on
how you
Switch
got
now,
the
or when is it coming to
it's not
Switch?
a class system. It's choosing a weapon based on the behemoth that you're going to fight. You have the freedom to adjust your loadout every time you go in. But then there's a lot you can do to customize your loadout to really fill a role on your team if you want to, or really optimize your playstyle one direction or another. But
Later this
there's a lot of
year, huh?
flexibility there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming later this year.
You know, we didn't really want players to feel like they had to make a static choice with the way that they wanted to play, and we want, you know, again, with the kind of the idea of being whoever you want to be within the game. You know, the weapon kind of provides a baseline for kind of how you want to interact with the game world, but then, you know, there's even more deeper customization inside there. So, like, each weapon, for example, has you know, multiple types of customization inside of it. You know, there's different powers that they each have. On top of that, you know, as you continue to progress through the mastery system, which is kind of like a leveling system in the game, and an achievement system, you start unlocking new other customizations. So, for example, if we were playing Axe, one of the moves with the Axe is to actually throw it. And you can customize that to, so normally it comes back to you after you've thrown it. What you can do is you can actually take a mod that takes away the kind of the boomerang effect and makes it do a lot more damage.
And I love that depth of combat and just that flexibility, because, you know, as an axe user, you would think you're kind of locked into just melee, but the ability to have a little bit of ranged for the strategy, right? That's amazing.
I'm sorry, I can't help but think this is Monster Hunter.
Right now we're fighting Charog, so he's the big kind of salamander-looking thing. Fun fact, we actually called him Sally for the longest time because we didn't have a good name for him.
That's cute.
So I'm going to really try not to call him Sally the whole time that we're fighting him.
Oh, he looks like he could be a Sally. He's got that Sally vibe going on. Oh! And
So
he's got a lot of fire.
Oh, I am definitely on fire.
So Charog's a fire behemoth, and so one of the ways that you kind of choose how you want to play is kind of what armor you bring changes your resistances and what powers you have. And so Nick is currently wearing the Ember main armor, which is another fire behemoth's armor. So it's got a lot of fire resistance, which is really good for this encounter.
It looks like Saturday morning Monster Hunter, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, yeah, you're right. It isn't a bad thing, and it's free. So I mean, you can't be mad about that. Free to play, but
And
I
love
just-
that extra layer strategy with the elemental.
I don't know. I'm not like super impressed. I guess I need to play it first
Mix and match, and you
and
feel
see
like
what it's about.
all the
Because I'm not
gear
super
you're
impressed by
getting is
this.
for Something you're not kind of just replacing and swapping out for the next big thing, right?
Yeah, totally. So, as you can see, he's starting to get kind of cut up, and that kind of shows kind of how the fight is progressing. So, you'll notice that there's no kind of health bars or whatever. We really wanted players to kind of have a really diegetic experience in the game and really take.
What's
you have to
up,
pay attention to what's going on.
Dave? How you doing? It's been off
They
people
also,
spot. Yeah, I know. I have it on PC. Never touched it. That's the funny part. Like I have it on the PC here.
Are local to
I've just
where-
never touched it.
where damage has been done.
And so-
the tail's been actually pretty cut up, so that means it might actually get cut off pretty soon here. If
And that's because I don't have a lot of friends on PC to play with. I have a lot more friends on Switch, so I would pick it up on Switch.
Weak point for,
But I don't know how I feel about it. Like I'm just kind of looking at it, and
Yeah,
I mean-
it's not playing very nice right now.
if I want to play Monster Hunter, I guess I'd play Monster
What I
Hunter.
love about this game is you're getting
It is
into
free.
as you
There is
encounter
always
each
that,
kind of
but
behemoth, you
it's just
need to pay attention
it just
to
seems
the
odd. There's something off about it whenever I watch this. I don't know what it
For
is.
this behemoth, what does my strategy need to be? And if you
Also,
have
I'm not a
team
big
work
fan of
well
Epic
together,
Games ripping
you can
off other
really
games and then
capitalize on
being
those
successful
moments
off of
where
it either,
you're
but
gonna have a little bit
I
of
guess
opening or you're
everybody
able to
does that
do a
now.
little bit more damage
I probably
to
shouldn't
the
say that out loud
certain
though.
parts.
That sounds like a real hater statement, but it's not a real hate statement. I'm just like,
And
yo, Epic.
in terms of
Fortnite
kind of
Battle
focusing on
Royale.
certain areas of the behemoth
They got that idea from
and
PUBG.
building up your strategy,
Dauntless,
we'll talk
Monster
about
Hunter,
different
like,
colors of damage numbers that folks are seeing
what's
in the game.
next?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in the case of the Warpike is unique because it actually does 3 different types of damage. It does normal damage, which is white, and then it also does what's called piercing damage. And piercing damage is really interesting because the more piercing damage you do, the more likely you are to expose an area on the behemoth. And when an area is exposed, other players can come and now do.
Yeah, I mean, so far, Cadence about here, Hyrule look dope though. There's always that. Cadence look good.
That's slash.
So that, I mean,
your basic kind of
I wonder what else they're gonna show today. I missed day 2 of the Treehouse, which I didn't get to see the Animal Crossings and all that stuff. I didn't get to see that, so I wonder what they're gonna show today. I know it's not gonna be the big games, so
that will change the actual loot table that these behemoths drop. And as it goes with loot, the basic premise is you're saving these islands from these behemoths, but also at the same time you're taking kind of the pieces of the behemoth to make more new armor with them. And so you're kind of constantly trying to kill bigger behemoths.
like,
so that
can you
get
cut
better
the
armor.
tail off like you can in Dragon and Monster Hunter?
Yeah, and I know this is a kind of, for the sake of the demo, consolidated to just the behemoth, but I love the world that you created for all the biomes and just how...
Oh yeah, Link's Awakening. I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, like so right now we're in kind of a,
I didn't get to see anything from day 2, so I should have streamed it, but I was busy working on music and going out to lunch and stuff, so I didn't get to actually like check it.
Each has different properties. They have different layouts.
I had to make some headway on the next Studio Nicktendo track, so
really try and help
I spent the
sell
day
it.
working on that, and I got a lot done. So
Biome are going to be very different. And so
probably better off that I did that. So now I'm just waiting on my buddy to track his part because he's doing some guitar work on this song, and then my buddy's also doing some drum work. So no fake drums on this one. There's gonna be real drums on this track, so I'm excited for that.
any of that in the demo just to kind of keep things
And
but,
I'm waiting for them to do that. I think they're working on those today, and then once I get those tracks, I'll get to mix them in.
want to go and grab some.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Some various gatherables within the island, kind of while you're fighting the behemoth.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And it is interesting. I mean, for some of the combat, finding the behemoth in the first.
Well, not much of a musician, but you do play guitar. What kind of guitar? I mean, so you play guitar. So what kind of music do you play, bro?
What
What kind of music do you enjoy listening to? Let me put it that way.
Okay, fine. I found it. Come here. Stop collecting stuff. We gotta go to work.
Yeah, we're also, as you just saw, like the behemoth kind of fell over there. That was kind of one of those breaks, and so, one of the things that kind of just popped up on the left
Rock
side
and
of the
roll.
screen,
Okay. Same here. Same here.
changing the-
So just rock and roll. Like, what bands do you listen to? Give me some bands
So for
that you
those
listen
who
to.
haven't done this before, we should probably
Foo
spend
Fighters. I hope they're one of them, because Foo Fighters is one of the best bands ever, in my opinion, in rock and roll.
A lot of helpful information going on here.
Absolutely. So I talked a little bit about the bottom right corner. So that's your various consumables that you can bring. On the top left, that's your standard health bar plus a stamina bar. So each move takes, stamina.
There are plenty of Monster Hunter-like games out there. Epic wasn't the first to copy it. Well, Epic be copying a lot of stuff, so forgive me.
That's basically a charge bar. So each weapon has a different kind of set of abilities that it can do. And in the case of the Warpike, as you're hitting the behemoth, you're going to charge up. You're going to basically take either Aether from the behemoth and store it in your.
Hey, there we go.
Awesome, you guys did it. So yeah, you're going to take all that Aether from it, and you're going to charge up the blade, and then as long as you don't get hit.
Nickelback, Foo Fighters, Train, as well as older bands, Meatloaf,
We'll talk a little bit about next.
AC/DC, Black Sabbath.
So we're gonna jump
Okay.
into one more hunt. We're gonna check out a brand.
I'm not a fan of Nickelback, I'll tell you that right now.
Winterhorn Scrave.
Like, me and Nickelback do not get along, but Foo Fighters is up there.
He's definitely one of the more challenging behemoths in the game.
Train's aight.
As you saw, things like pixel perfect dodges.
I'm more so into
high-fidelity
bands
combat,
like, what,
very
let me think
tactical
here.
feel,
The Almost.
Super important to us. So we're no strangers.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
challenge
older
in our
Nickelback,
game.
when they first came out, was
we're gonna
aight, yes.
give 'em a go,
But
see
their
how
new
we do,
stuff,
see how things go.
Right on. So
Like, when they started putting out, like, Photograph,
head
no.
to Winterhorn's grave.
No.
So,
Dodge.
That might be what you're talking about, older, but no. Green Day's solid. Green Day's always been solid.
Blizzards that'll obscure our field of view, so we're definitely going to want to jump on those as quickly as we can. If you find yourself get frozen, you're
I'm more
mash
so
the
like
button to break free. If you see one of
into
your
bands in
allies
that
who's
realm. I'm trying to think of
frozen,
bands that might be
you can
related.
knock them free by hitting the ice off
Amberlyn.
as well.
Sounds good.
That's a band that I really, really, really like.
To load into this
Amberlyn, The Almost,
during the normal game.
Taking Back Sunday,
Pick up all the gear that we picked up from that behemoth and then head back to Reds.
Blink 182,
And
maybe.
really awesome
It depends
stuff
on the
in
Blink
there
182
for your
song. That's like
character,
in the realm.
terms of, progressing, different quest lines, interacting with artists. and
Speaking of Blink
stuff.
182, does anybody see that they're on tour with Lil Wayne? And they did a song with Lil Wayne, and it's amazingly awful.
I mean, you called it out. Like, there's a whole bunch of. It's kind of the Ramsgate is a social hub for us, and so as you go back, it's where you kind of meet up with your friends, where you find your party, get ready to go.
Like, Evanescence was dope when they first came out, and then
kind of discover the quests.
once again, when Evanescence just became Amy Lee, it wasn't
interact with the story of the game. as
wasn't
well.
good to me.
And so and
It just
you
wasn't.
want to give players kind of a space where they kind of can feel comfortable with expressing themselves and who they are.
Linkin Park's always good. Rest in peace.
I was so impressed when I first got
Chester.
there. Just how much potential it has in that city with so many colorful characters and just the environment.
trying to think of
itself.
bands
The
like
first
in
time I
that
ended up in
realm.
Ramsgate, I just wandered off. I wasn't ready to talk to anybody yet. I was like, I'm going to go explore over here. And I ended up in a sewer system, and I found a really cute turtle. And I was like, okay, I guess I should talk to the other people. first.
Dave, I'm more like of a heavy guy. Like if you hear like my studio Nicktendo songs, I'm more of a heavy
So that Hector's name is
that
music. Turtle's name is Hector.
like
Hector's adorable.
metalcore, hardcore,
called the Roof Rams.
heavier bands.
They've been around since the earliest betas, and these players. They're feverish.
Yeah, if you go to Studio Nicktendo, like there it is right there. Well, that's just for the shirts, but the VGM channel, Iron Maiden. I'm not an Iron Maiden fan, but yeah, like maybe heavier than that. You'd have to check out the music to find out. Like if you go, like let me check it. Let me find. Where's the link? Had to pop up somewhere in the chat. Yeah, right here.
That we had in the game for a while that we actually removed. And we wanted to redo from scratch, and so.
But that's what I'd be doing. That link I just shared. That's the other channel that I do where I make video game
We basically took him back
covers.
Took him back into the lab, redid the model, redid all the gameplay elements, and made him a whole lot harder.
He's very mobile right off the bat, just seeing how
Oh.
much he's using the space and moving
I like how
around.
this bird
Just being
is
able to pin him down.
ice skating.
Great is hard enough, man. Jeez.
It's a winter bird that ice skates.
A mobile control behemoth. So a lot of what he does is controls the battlefield. So you'll start to see soon he leaves mines on the ground. He throws all over the place that you have to kind of manage, and then pretty soon he'll also start to throw those totems down, which slow you down, do damage. And if you don't basically kind of keep on top of it, the fight's going to snowball pretty poorly.
Oh, snowball.
Nice dad
I
joke
see
there,
what
Jess.
you did
Nice.
there. Oh, okay,
Looks
so
like
we've got
he's
the
got
visibility
a
effect
totem
going
up here.
Where do you go?
So the
Got
interesting
it.
part of these totems is that, you know, as you guys are having to focus on it, he's still hanging around.
Yes,
doing
thank you.
business.
I worked hard on that one.
And so
I worked hard on that one.
Once he gets one or two of those things going out.
My favorite one I've done so far is probably Isle Delfino.
We've talked a little bit about weapon customization.
Like when I listen to that song, that
Another
like culminates
really
everything
important
about
player's loadout that we haven't touched
music
on
that I
is
like.
the lantern.
Fox is kind of the lantern expert on the team.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to not die.
That or the Kirby song.
So we've rolled a few different lanterns into the presets for
Song of Healing wasn't bad either. Let me put it this way: I like all the songs, but
you know, as you hunt and as you craft things from the different behemoths. Right now, I have an
forgive that. That was my kids yelling.
these giant mines essentially that explode after a set.
They're playing Minecraft, so
some of the other ones we have for the demo are we have a Skarn lantern, which has a damaging kind of shield around you. We have Draft lantern, which lets you shoot a.
all right, I'm over the Dauntless already.
Lightning bolt.
I'm over this. Like,
Here.
So one of the things that the lantern
Over
do
it.
is they kind of embody the behemoth that they were made from. So, you know, while the armor and the weapons kind of call back to them. So, you know, for example, the Ember main armor is very good against fire. We really wanted to kind of give the players an opportunity to have something that really like screams.
thank you, Dave. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Behemoth almost, and use one of their signature attacks.
So Drask is that, you know, if you remember back to the kind of the start screen that we showed earlier, he's that kind of big green.
The guitar's a monster.
His kind of key abilities, he shoots these kind of like sniper laser beams. And so the Drask Lantern, when you activate it and you build up charge with it, then gives
I
you
did
the
not
ability
hear
to
that,
shoot those
Stitch.
kind of
I did not hear that. That is,
Drask-oriented things.
that's funny,
Like, as
to
you
say the
see,
least.
suck,
That is pretty funny.
you know, and the ideal there is that he gets
Like,
out of that thing, or another player
wha-
can rescue him out of that
Why?
in order to escape.
I need
before.
rescuing
Almost
again.
like he's protecting that Aether vein down there.
Yeah, and I was underneath him, which was not great.
Alright, I'll
So-
grab that totem.
All right. So he was actually around that Aether vein. Those Aether veins are really interesting and unique. So one of the core mechanics around healing is generally to use consumables, but when you're out of consumables,
Like why?
you
Like
can
why
use
would
the
Tom DeLonge do
beacons
something
that
like
are
that?
blue,
You know what I mean?
kind of
Like,
rocky formation that's got some wispies coming out of
does
it.
he love
Worth mentioning, it's limited.
UFOs
use, so
and
you don't wanna
aliens
use it
that
during the
much?
hogs of Bane.
that he's gonna dedicate a company to doing that?
That's why none of these guys play with me at work.
I don't know.
Now the-
I guess, hey, do whatever you like, love. I guess do what you love to do. It's not my cup of tea, but do what you love to do.
basically, the behemoths will stay in the same area, but in the main game,
If he's fascinated by it, he is. I feel like it's a lost cause, but hey, do what you gotta do.
Find a vein of Aether and they claw it up out of the ground and they start to heal themselves. The players can take.
I wonder if it's a not-for-profit
which
because
kind of gives this interesting like kind of push-pull mechanic of, you know, you want to force the behemoth away from them for as soon as you can, but at the same time, when they run away, that gives you an opportunity to kind of heal up, get ready, and do some gathering. So you want to really kind of manage how much time you're spending away from the behemoth.
Speaking of management, I am not managing my stamina very well here. Ooh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So we touched a little bit on the free-to-play model, and right now you are in season 5,
Thank you, Dave.
Blade and Blade season. So folks who are down for some ninja.
yeah,
action,
that's
awesome.
the next song I'm working on. Thank you, thank you, bro. Like that next song I'm working on is I'll just go ahead and tell y'all it's Metal Gear Solid.
Seasons with the Hunt Pass, so folks can just enjoy that free-to-play experience. Or if they
I like
want
to keep it a surprise, but there's not very many people in here.
Elite
The next song's
and,
Metal Gear
a
Solid,
bit of a
so
progression system through the game.
Yeah, so how we monetize is largely around customization and kind of what we call personalization. So the idea of, you know, how you express yourself, and you might kind of be getting a.
So I can't wait to put that one out.
You know, we really want Dauntless to be. able
And
to-
then the song after that, I really can't tell y'all that one, even though I really want to.
Yeah, is kind of
I actually need to start working on that one here pretty soon too as well, because I got to get that out and send it to somebody, and then because I'm actually having somebody sing on this one for me, so
You know, you'll be
that's gonna be a lot of fun.
unlocking new tiers and new levels, and as you unlock those, you get new customizations, you get some currency, you get other great stuff.
Today's the last day. E3 didn't really feel right without
And it's
without
about
all
kind
three
of
big companies
reflecting
being there.
kind of your actions in the game.
It was a pretty good one. It was pretty decent, right? And here's the deal. I don't think if Sony was here, it would have changed anything.
Personalization to your point, right? You're for the hunt.
I don't think it would have changed anything.
So
Sony probably didn't have anything to show, and it would have just made E3 even more. Because people were angry about E3. It would have made E3 even more boring. Let me just put it that way. Square Enix had a lot to show. Nintendo killed it. That's it.
The danger meter. So the danger meter is basically a reflection.
Nintendo's E3 Direct made E3 worth it. Think about that for a minute. I don't think Sony could have added anything.
As that kind of ticks up,
Days Gone already came out. They could have given us what? I don't know. Maybe Ghost of Tsushima, but that's not coming out for a while. You know what I mean? Last of Us 2, that's not coming out for a while. More Death Stranding, even though we already saw that. So Sony wouldn't have had anything. So they wouldn't have changed anything.
Oh, I'm trying to res you. I'm trying. There we go.
81, so it's getting really kind of hairy here now, and you can start to see there's a bunch of damage on the Behemoth as well. So
Sony added the E3 by not being, for real bad latency. Like, if you want to put it that way, yeah, you're right. They didn't waste their time. That's a good way to look at it. I still think Xbox had a good, they had a good show. It was, like you said, but it was just a bunch of multiplats, and the way Phil talked about it, he said we're showing 14 Xbox Studio games. The people, assume we were going to get a lot of first-party games. We got some first-party games. We didn't get a lot.
Check it out for yourself.
Awesome. Well,
I'm a big fan of Xbox, but I feel like they saved some stuff for next year because they want to hype up the console, because they already told us console's coming holiday 2020. So what are you going to do beforehand? Give us all your games that you need to show us next year. And that kind of robbed us a little bit. They kind of robbed us a little bit.
Start your journey in PC or Xbox.
I think they could have showed us a little bit more, but it is what it is.
Switch later this year.
Man, I like Xbox, but I'm not getting another Xbox One. Might as well wait for next. Exactly. Like, why would you want to get another Xbox One? That's me.
Slayer with me.
So I'm waiting until next gen as well. I got Xbox One X sitting right here.
Well, thank you again, guys, so much for coming by, sharing this game with us. Vince, thanks for joining us.
Look, depending on what they show at E3 next year, like, that is.
Thanks for watching.
That's what Xbox is going to depend on. Like, of course, they're going to give us Halo. Really, they're going to give us Dead by Daylight. My wife's excited about this one. She wants this game so bad. She already plays it on the Xbox, but she wants it even more so on the Switch. No, but like, depending on what they show at E3 next year, they're gonna give us Halo. Are we gonna get anything else new? I feel like their studios. I feel like they gotta have another like banger coming, because like Halo, yeah, it's cool. We're getting Gears this year. Halo, okay. You have all these studios working on something. Like, are we gonna get a real like banger from them next year? Yeah, something like an Astral Chain, just something they need next year. That's it. But so I don't think Halo's gonna do it. You need to have something more than Halo. You need to have some sort of RPG. You need to have a Fable. It doesn't have to be Fable, but you need a game like Fable that'll sell people on it. You know what I mean? So hopefully Xbox got it. I really want them to have it. I want them to succeed. I enjoy Xbox. But more so recently, my Xbox has been collecting dust, because the only thing I really played on my Xbox this year was Madden. And I stopped playing Madden right around Christmas. Right after the Super Bowl, actually. Yes, dude, I missed all the Treehouse events yesterday, dude. I missed everything in Treehouse yesterday. I'm upset. Nintendo had the best conference, followed by Square Enix and Xbox. I love Xbox, but I know they have to show games, as in not just multiplayer games. But yeah, exactly. The more I see what's supposed to be next-gen graphics from games being showed, and the less I understand. Yeah, like, here's the deal. Bad latency. We're at a stage where in technology where everything is coming out so fast that it doesn't really matter, right? Like, it used to be that these consoles would have such a huge jump graphically, and the PCs would always be ahead, but everything's coming out so fast, everything's being done so quick, it doesn't matter. Like, I think the speed up of, honestly, I think it's just the speed up of game development has hurt it, because back in the day, people got 4 or 5 years to develop a game, for the console because they knew that the console wouldn't change, or they knew that the state of gaming wasn't going to change. The consoles were the focus. Now it's sort of shifted, and we're getting games all the time, and I think it's hurting the development, honestly. So yeah, we're not getting these jumps in these next-gen consoles anymore. We're not getting these big jumps. It's not going to happen that way because of the way game development is, and on top of that, technology is just, we're just getting new, more. Like you said, same with PCs. Like, you're not getting these huge jumps like you used to because it's new. Like, it's just so much consumption coming out. Like, nobody is waiting for this next huge jump. It's just the next graphic card that'll give you like 20 more frames versus the 20 frame, what you had before. RX Gaming, you're right. Nintendo did kill E3. They absolutely bodied everybody. Put everybody on notice. This is how you need to do E3 going forward. So, good on Nintendo. But no, I'm just saying, like, we're not going, like, it's just, it's hard to, like, for these, because, like, these consoles are coming out now, like, yeah, they're having all this stuff. They showed us the specs of what's going to be in there, but it's not a huge jump. I don't think we're going to get huge jumps anymore. So, like, buying a console now is going to be strictly based on AAA and AA and what that console has to offer exclusively versus the power of that console. That's what it's going to come down to. Because no console is going to be powerful or going to look better than the other, really. This is where Xbox needs to really pick it up. But Xbox has also shifted their focus to selling you a service more so than a console. I love Xbox, but that's just where they shifted it. They don't need Gears, Halo, and Forza. Those are 3 games, but that's niche at this point. They need to have some more RPGs, or if they could get themselves a Japanese game, they can get themselves some Japanese support. That would be dope for them. I feel like that would be key. I don't remember Square showing anything good outside of Final Fantasy VII, and Avengers was okay. I don't know, dude. If they nail that streaming service, they might be able to redeem themselves. Yes, here's the deal. I think they will nail that streaming service, Dave. I think they will. I think what Phil Spencer told us. Here's the funny thing, okay, right? What Phil Spencer told us about Project Cloud, right? And what little that he told us it was we're going to implement it starting with our consoles. Console streaming, boom. No extra cost to you but to have Xbox Live in a console. Okay, and then on top of that, what else did they do though? Then on top of that, before that they said, okay, you can have Xbox Game Pass Plus or whatever they called it, where for $14.99 you get Xbox Live, Game Pass for the console, and Game Pass for your PC. The next level, I feel like, is going to be all you need to have is Xbox Game Pass Plus for your PC, GameCube, PC, game console, and just Xbox Live, and you can stream to your PC. Easy. I feel like they're going to kill it just by making it way more simpler than Stadia is doing it. So I agree with you. I think, and then they'll bring it to whatever else they want to bring it to, consoles or Nintendo or whatever, phones. Like, they might knock this one out of the park. I agree with you on that one, Dave.
A little bit more about the story, the setting, and who Sakuna is as we jump into the gameplay.
ゲームプレイを始める前にサクナというキャラクターとこのゲームのストーリーについてちょっとご紹介いただけますか。はい。サクナは戦いと豊穣を司る神様で、
I love it.
彼女は神々が住む都で暮らしていたんですけども、とても自堕落に怠けて大きくなりました。ある大きなミスをしてしまって、人間たちと一緒に鬼が支配する島で暮らさなければならなくなり、そこで彼女は稲を育てて。
No, I don't think phones are the future because a lot of people hate small screens and phone a lot more. I agree with you that because that's my preference is to not be on phone, but I feel like there is a audience out there that would love those games on their phone. I have a buddy of mine who is a big mobile gamer, as well as a PC gamer, and he would take those games on his phone on the go just to play in the back of our car on the way to work or whatever.
Interact with people.
Yo, a con man just came by my work and I got a pair of Oakleys for $20. Jake, that's funny. Zach, what's good? What's the podcast at? Hey man, no podcast till Sunday, bruh. No podcast till Sunday, bruh. Not until Sunday, homie. Oh man.
So at first, when she lives with the humans, she doesn't get along.
What's an Oakley?
Well, and there's
Bruh, Oakley shades?
but,
Oakley shades? You don't know what Oakley shades are, Stitch? Oh, bruh, come on,
some
man.
change in all the characters.
Well, I know the game itself is beautiful. I know you guys have put a lot.
He's
of work
10% of the game population. Look at what happened with Diablo's cell phone game. Yeah, but that's just Blizzard being Blizzard. They're white and I look good.
And one of the things I think is remarkable, and I want people to keep in mind is
Jake says he looks dope.
Edelweiss is a two-person team.
All right, fine. So how are you? Dude, we're doing great. I'm watching this game. What game is this? Yo, what game is this? I missed the whole interview. This looks interesting.
That's correct.
I like this.
Made this entire game.
I don't do jewelry. I don't even like buying clothes.
I love how unique.
Did you like buying clothes?
With, you know, the combat we're seeing.
Did you? But you gotta look good, homie. I mean, I feel you on that. I just buy T-shirts, Nintendo T-shirts, Toon Squad tank tops. Like I don't go all out close, so I feel you on that one.
が非常に面白くて、もっと見たいです。
はい、ありがとうございます。
So looking at the environment here, it looks like it's fall right now, and I can see autumn up in the HUD in the upper
Yo, I like
corner.
this.
The season's
Someone tell me what the
actually
game this is, because I
playing
totally
hard.
missed
Can
it.
we talk a little bit more about that?
画面の右上に秋が書いてあることがありますが、それについてご説明何かいただけますか。
はい、まあ季節は稲作に
I only wear T-shirts and shorts all year. I used to be that way until I got older and like had to be warm during the winter. Then it became T-shirts and sweatpants.
So of course, because the game
I think it has rice in the title. I missed it too. Dang, man. Because this looks interesting.
Also, the kinds of ingredients that you can collect while you're in the dungeon parts, in the stages, will change depending on the season.
And here I think we're going to see things like acorns being collected. We're going to see what those are useful for a little later on.
Lacuna of Rice and Ruin. There we go.
I think it's so interesting as the daughter of a god of war and a goddess
I
of
like
harvest.
that.
She's kicking butt using farming tools.
サクナが農業の道具を使ってます。それについて何かコメントが。
はい、サクナは武器として基本的に農具を使うんですけれども。
Oh man, I'd play this too. I would definitely play this.
すべて日本で昔から使われてきた日常的な道具で統一されています。
So in this game, Sakuna doesn't use any swords or spears. She only uses farming tools that were actually used in ancient Japan.
Imagine the research that went into that and figuring out what kind of tools.
I want to, but Katana Zero. Yeah. Cadence of Hyrule today, Jake. Cadence of Hyrule today, Jake. Get excited for that.
Maybe part of the goddess part of Sakuna, but the celestial scarf is quite a unique mechanic, I would say, that adds extra layers to the combat as well.
羽衣もゲームプレイにいろんな影響があります。
そうですね。羽衣を利用して、ステージの移動に使ったりとか、戦闘などにも幅広いプレイに影響を与えます。
The celestial scarf, which is also known in the game as the divine raiment, is used in many ways. It's obviously for platforming, but also in combat as well.
Yo, this game actually looks fun.
Just swinging back and forth is so fun.
And I think the speed and the intensity of combat is really interesting. You've got all these sort of animal-inspired monsters that you're fighting, but she's so agile, and there's so much you do as far as positioning as you go through this combat.
So how's...
It's really fun to play.
Oh man, you missed it, Stitch. You missed it part of the stream last night where Baby Jake joined the chat.
At the top right corner there, we see it's fall. We
I
also
didn't see it. What happened, Dave?
The time of day plays into combat as well.
I was pissed with the gameplay they showed off. The old favorite game, Vampire Masquerade. I didn't see it. What was with it? Yeah, dude, Stitch, you had to have been there, dude. You had to have been there. It was funny. Baby Jake showed up in the chat, and it was hilarious. It was pretty funny.
So depending on the time of day,
So not finished frame skips. Don't you? I hate that, dude.
Also, you can access different areas that you couldn't before.
So it's worth visiting day and night and seeing what's changed and what you can get up to differently.
I think we also just saw a little glimpse of the English voiceover. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good, Dave. That's not good at all. At all.
So the main story will be fully voiced in English, and the player can choose between Japanese and English voices.
That is awesome.
Well, it sounds really lovely, and not as lovely, but I love the design. This monster looks incredible.
I like this. I don't know how much I'd play it. That's the problem. It might be one of those games where I play for like 10 minutes and then drop. I don't know.
Classic elements.
But this game does look fun, though.
And culture together as we're working on this game.
Oof, aim like a stormtrooper. On top of that, they also showed off the powers menu and tried using them, and they looked like hot garbage. And when was this? When and where was this? I don't claim him, Stitch. Yes, you do, Jake. You claim him. You called him son last night.
So the enemies were based on animals such as rabbits and boars, as you've seen, and we've really put a lot of effort into their animation and the design in general.
Oh, and good job on the fight.
よくやりました。よくできました。ゲームプレイ今のボス対戦。はい。
So as we leave this area, now we can take a look at the world map. Is there a little bit more information you can share with our viewers about this perspective here and what we're looking at?
今ワールドマップに行きましたが、それについて何か。
Then baby Jacob wins the lottery, right? And then Jacob's like, "Yo, that's my son."
これがこのゲームの舞台となる島でして、で、この島のいろいろなところをプレイヤーは冒険していく。
Let me see this.
So this is the island where the game takes place, and the player can visit all these different areas and explore them.
And we see home.
Oh my gosh! Okay. At the
here as
PC
well.
game show, I didn't watch the
Take a look
PC game
inside the
show.
village as well.
これはホームって書いていろんな人間の絵がありますが、もう村に行きましょうか。
そうですね。はい。
Oh, wait. Oh, he's so cute. You're going to make me homesick for my dog.
Yeah, you're right about that, Dave. You're correct about that. Oh my gosh. You're correct about that one, bro.
So right now you can't.
What's this, KAG, bro? They're just what's it called? Sakuno of Rice and Ruin. It's a cool little looking game. I don't know if I'd cop it. I don't know how much I'd play it, but it's a pretty dope looking game.
So here we have a beautiful look at the village.
Did I say of Rice and Ruin or say something about sacrifice?
Can we talk a little bit more about the farm?
I don't know. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin.
As well.
The one more thing was auto chess. Come on, man. You know PC players love chess.
北条と戦いを司る神で、自分で作った稲お米の良さが自分の。
So it's a farming and a platformer. Interesting mesh interesting meshing of genres here. So you can farm, but then you can go out and kick butt in a side-scrolling platformer.
プレイヤーは生活するためっていうのと、サクナを強くするための2つの目的で。
I thought this was Sekiro. Not quite, Jake. Not quite.
Reasons for farming rice are both to live in the village, as you know, to have a life in the village, and also, of course, to make your character stronger.
it must be interesting as far as the research that went into making sure that this was accurate as far as the rice farming and production sort of process goes.
この農業パートの研究がいろんなについてご説明いただけないでしょうか。
そうですね。日本の各地の郷土資料館に行って、いろいろな研究したりとかですとか、あとはちょっと子供向けのものなんですが、稲作の体験キットみたいなものを使って、自分自身で米を作ったりとかしました。
So I went to different places where you can see research into this sort of agricultural history and the kinds of tools that were used. And I also had it's for children, but a rice planting kit that we used at home.
Cool.
That's awesome. I was going to ask if you had some real hands-on experience as well to keep it so authentic, but yeah.
And now that we've set the rice on the drying rack, as you mentioned, the quality
I mean,
of the rice
I don't
is
know,
really
man, how I
important.
feel about
It's
this
not
game.
just
It looks
farm
interesting.
farming.
It's got my
How
attention.
good can I get the rice? That's going to have an
I just don't know how much
effect on
time I'd actually spend playing it, but it has my attention.
rice quality.
It looks great. I love the artwork. Reminds me a bit of Rune Factory, which is an action RPG mixed with Harvest Moon. There you go.
そうですね。ちょっと画面をもう一度出していただいて、左側のものが
I don't know, man.
パラメータなんですが、これがそれぞれサクナの強さと連動していまして、で、プレイヤーの育て方によって
I've never played Rune Factory though badly, so that's just me. Never played it.
So as you can see on the left side of the screen, there's a lot of different parameters. And these will actually have an effect on Sakuna's strength as a
Man,
character.
I wish this would
And
stop.
depending on how the
My
player
nose.
raises the rice, the kinds of methods that they use, this will change.
ですので、稲の育て方によって
Gotta love being
いろいろ
sick
な
dog.
プレイスタイルに、なっていくと。
So depending on how you raise the rice, even the play style will change.
Oh, that's going to be really interesting to get into once we have a chance to go a little deeper into this game. That sounds really cool. As far as the village goes, are there any other locations that we can show right now? Somewhere else we could visit?
今村でお見せできる場所は他にお見せできる場所はありますか？
はい、では家の中に入っていただきまして。
Okay, let's go in the house.
Yeah, this has my interest. Depending on the price, that's really the most important part, Dave. How much is it? You know, if it's a little too much, I may pass. Like I was gonna get the collection of mana so fast, but then when I saw that price, I said, you know what? I'll wait.
Today's meal.
I wanted to get the collection of mana so quick.
Here with all of these ingredients.
この画面に載っている材料についてご説明いただけますか？
はい、ダンジョンで、手に入れたアイテムなどを食材に変えたりですとか、それを料理に使うことができます。
So the ingredients that you
Yeah, it does look kind of like a $30 game to me too, Dave. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd buy it for 30 because I don't know how much time I'd put into it. I'm not the kind of guy that equates price of a game to like hours I put in. Like if it's a boring game, and to me, I'll just stop playing it no matter how much I spent on it. That's where I waste my money. So I'm very careful about what I buy these days, and I know myself that I'll just not play it. Some people are like, I spent $60 on it, I'm gonna finish it. I'll be like, this game is garbage. Who cares if I spent $60 on it and I just don't play it again? So I'm that guy. So that's why I gotta be like, if it's cheaper, I might buy it.
Talk about that yet, but there he is.
Oh, that cutie.
I like all the other characters in here too. Rune Factory is lots of farming and village life and lots of dungeon crawling and fighting monsters and weeaboos. I feel so much worse for you because I do that too, but I also dealt with Fallout 76. Yo, like.
So that's a character who's actually raised.
Hey, speaking of Fallout 76, you can play the Battle Royale?
And
done?
he's always with her.
Like a guardian.
Cadence of Hyrule?
He calls her, he's like an old man.
Oh,
an old man.
He looks adorable. And here, just looking at this other cast of characters we have here, some really interesting humans. And even over something as simple as sitting down to dinner, you're actually going to learn more about these characters and really build relationships with them.
Nah, I might as well play Fortnite. I don't know, I feel like the Battle Royale might be a little interesting.
食事するときにキャラについていろんな
For the week,
話
yes.
ができてストーリー
Alex, you are one sexy black man. I don't know about all that, but I am a black man.
そうですね。ここでキャラクターのバックボーンが語られたり、
I can tell you that. That sexy part, don't know so much about, but appreciate you for stopping by. Might get into it when I play the NPC. Yo, Cadence of Hyrule is $25 right now.
These scenes, and you'll learn a lot more about them, and over the course, and it's really, I mean, the world building here is really happens in these scenes.
I'm really looking forward to players having a chance to get to know these characters. Nara-san and Koichi-san, do you have a personal favorite among the humans?
$25 for Cadence of Hyrule.
ナルさんと小石さんの特に好きなキャラクターがいますか？
僕はやっぱり主人公のサクナですかね。やっぱりこう一番手塩にかけてるというか。
So, Naru really likes Sakuna, and I mean they put so much effort into the character that
You're a solid
really
7, Nick.
his favorite.
No, it's $25. Sorry, Dave. 25 for Cadence of Hyrule right now.
小石さんは人間たち
I wish it was 5.
思い入れがあるのはキンタですね。男の子がいたんです。
I'm still gonna cop it, so
彼は
it's downloading right now as we speak.
ハードな生い立ち。
Cadence of Hyrule was high on my list ever since we saw it.
割と辛い経験をしてきて。
Nah, 25. Sorry, bro. I wish it was 5 so much. I was like, yo, 5, but no. 25, which I think is acceptable for that game, I guess. It is a Zelda game, so, and I'm a big Zelda fan, so yes. I will get it for that much.
He's got kind of big hair in the back, and
The collection amount was 40, and I was like,
had a lot of really hard experiences. And when you
I'll just play my Secret of Mana emulator
and he's just
and try that, and if I absolutely enjoy it, then I'll buy the collection of Mana.
And I can see here it's the start of a beautiful new day.
Or that too.
I don't
Or that
think
too,
we're
Zach. I
able to
can wait till
show
the
too much
discounts,
past
you know,
this
start
just yet.
coming too.
Before we wrap up, though, I just wanted to ask if you had any final thoughts to share with our viewers today.
終わりに最後のご感想をいただけないでしょうか。
Because you know there's going to be a sale coming around November and Christmas like they did last year. That sale last year there around Christmas was like clutch. And the New Year's Eve sale was clutch too. Like, Nintendo killed it with those sales, dog. Clutch.
ができてるんじゃないかなっていうふうに感じているので、ぜひとも皆さんに遊んでいただきたいなと思っています。
Turbo Jesse, what's good, homie? How you doing, bro? Turbo, you gonna get Cadence of Hyrule? I just did. $25. 2-5.
And we really think that this is like the culmination of what
The
we've learned.
collection of mana is coming physically later. I'll wait on it. Yeah,
And,
true.
We just really, we really think that people.
Did you see reviews? Hey, it looked interesting enough for me to cop. So I just watched them play it. I think I will enjoy it.
Beautiful. The mix of the combat and the farming simulation mechanic really creates a very interesting experience. I think people are really going to enjoy it when they get their hands on it. And Koichi-san, do you have any final thoughts to share as well?
小石さんは何か最後にご感想を。
そうですね。我々エーデルワイスとしては2人なんですけども、このサクナを作るにあたってはすごく多くの方のご協力を得てここまでやってこれていまして、特に
But I was.
アーティストの村山亮太さん。
I've been on YouTube gaming hiatus just because I had a baby. Oh yeah, man. How's how is it? How is it, Turbo?
So we're just.
Was that your first child, second child?
Edelweiss is just 2 people, but there have been so many people that have contributed to this
Oh,
project,
no.
and I just want to say thank you to them. The artist, for example, Murayama Ryota, the
First kid.
Oshima,
Man.
Oshima Hiroyuki-san, and of
I remember
course,
those days, man. I'm 3 in. Goodness.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing this with us.
How much sleep are you getting?
All of us are really looking forward to seeing the game as it wraps up development and we get a chance to get it out there to folks. It's going to be launching.
You're not a mod? Hey, man. I mean,
Fantastic. So not too much longer to wait.
I thought you were.
Right on. Well, in that case, I'll just wrap it up and say thank you again. Vincent, thanks for hanging out with us here. John as well. And
the first kid is so scary.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah. The first kid is very scary. Let me tell you something, Turbo.
Definitely.
it is
And,
one
folks who are watching also,
it
please
is
don't go anywhere. We're
nerve-wracking.
gonna be coming back with some Hollow Knight.
So right now I
song
stay up till
from Team
4
Cherry,
to 4
so,
a.m. Then
hang tight. We'll be right back. Thanks
with
for
the kid that my wife takes. So that's how me and my wife did it. So that's why I stay up till ungodly hours of the day now. With our second child, like because of my job. No, actually, really, the first one was easy. Really, with our third child, because our second, I was working a weird work schedule too. But with our third child, like literally, I would stay up all night. I would literally get home at midnight my time from work, and I'd stay up with the child till like 4 a.m. and that's how we did it. That's why I prefer this work schedule and the sleep schedule that I'm on now, because that's just what I've been used to. That mod life, thanks man, for real, bro. I got you. So I can't wait for Pokemon. I'll tell you that right now. I think it's gonna be great. I can't wait for. I need Mario Maker 2 in my life. I mean, you got what? A week, 10 days for that? 12 days? 13 days. Sorry, gotta get my math right. 13 days until that comes out. I may have to wait for Mario Maker 2 though. If I had to be honest with you, Jesse, I might have to wait just a little bit. I was gonna be day one purchase until they said, "Oh, we're not gonna do the play with friends thing," and now they're gonna add an update, but we don't know when the update's coming. So that got me. Did you read all the fuss happening because of the new Pokemon Home and not being able to transfer all your Pokemon over to what? So you won't be able to transfer all your Pokemon over to Sword and Shield from what? Oh, the Pokemon Home thing. Dang, I didn't know that. I don't feel like that's a big deal to me anyway, because I wouldn't have used any of those extra services, but it is kind of crappy. I'll be buying Mario Maker 2, Link's Awakening, Luigi, and maybe Astral Chain. Not sure what other Nintendo games I'll be buying this year. Pokemon Turbo, you're gonna be buying Pokemon. Speaking of which, what do you think about that Breath of the Wild? What do you think about them already developing Breath of the Wild 2, and that seems like we might be closer than we thought, Jesse? You are like one of the bigger Zelda fans I know, so what are your thoughts on that? Don't forget about Just Dance. Get out of here. I shit myself when that teaser's launch. I thought, here's the deal, man. If you go back and watch my reaction, as soon as I heard the music and that whole creepy reverse ambient music, I thought it was Twilight Princess at first. I thought they were in the Twilight realm. And I was like, Twilight Princess, Twilight Princess. I was so hyped for it. So apparently, like, the rumor is that's the Ganondorf from Twilight Princess. Other people think it's Demise. I hope it's Demise. That'd be pretty dope. If it's Demise's ruins and they found them. Like, I wanted it to be Twilight Princess so bad, bro. But I only wanted to be Twilight Princess because I didn't think we'd have Breath of the Wild 2 so soon. But now that we have Breath of the Wild 2 so soon, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Praying it's a holiday 2020 title. I think it might be. I think it is too. I think it might be. I think you're correct, Jesse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse.
If it's spring 2021, I think that'd be cool because that's when they release
and we have
the
Katie
first
here
Breath
from
of the
our
Wild.
publisher and developer relations team.
So I'd be cool with that too, but
You are here to show us some Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Absolutely. So
Hollow
Knight
Knight
was one of my favorite
Silk
games of
Song.
last year, and this is the sequel. So we're taking reins with Hornet. We're going to go into the first part of the demo, which gives a little bit of backstory as to what this game's all about.
And so this is, of course, coming from Team Cherry. Fantastic folks, hard at work wrapping up the game. So a lot of interesting development going on.
It's straight up game, lots of signs of it. Look, we can argue who it is. If it's I'd much rather be Ganondorf or Demise not Ganon, if that makes sense.
Part of the mystery to solve.
Imagine we get Breath of the Wild and Odyssey in 2020.
That is just
Terrible. I think we would get.
As you'd expect
My wife just said 2021. I'm gonna say 2021 just because. What if they repeat what they did in 2017, where 2021 we get Breath of the Wild and then later we get Mario Odyssey? Like, what if they just redo it?
And so
I need to finish Hollow Knight. Nick, finish it for me. No, you finish it for yourself.
A little bit of a sneak peek about what is going on, but hang tight with us. After we've done the early section of the game, we are going to be hopping a little bit further into the game, and at the very end,
Man, I mean, there's a lot of games coming out this year that I can wait. Animal Crossing's coming in 2020. Like, we got a lot of games to hold ourselves to be entertained for the next year and a half or so with what Nintendo just put out. Like, we have more than enough. Not to mention, we still get a Bayonetta 3, and that hasn't even been announced or shown. Who knows when Metroid Prime 4 is coming? Not for a long time. But so many games coming between now and 2021. Let's just say at the end of 2020 that it's unreal. It's unreal. Buy it on Switch, scrub. Is there a big November, December this year besides Pokemon? No, not December. Not December, but hold on. Oh, Doom Eternal's coming. I guess you can call that one big. That's November 2022.
Still good.
Yeah, that's November 22nd.
She's got wings, but she's got courage, that's for sure.
I think Luigi, yeah, you never know, but they did say fall for Luigi though, didn't they? Or did they say late? So they said fall. I feel like that's gonna be more of an October release, but you never know. They could push it back to December just for the heck of it.
And exciting for Hollow Knight fans is this is a brand new kingdom. This is a place we've never been, a place called Farloon. So you really don't know what to expect as you jump in here and start exploring.
And look at all these.
They just said 2019 for Luigi. Hey, then it could be December. I would be more than happy because look, if I need them to wait a little bit. Because right around, the reason why I need them to wait is because right around October, November is where I'm going to come across a lot of money. Let me put it that way. I'm going to come across a good amount of money. So if they could wait till then, that'd be great. Because my job is going to drop some, hopefully, I'm not 100% sure, but my job may drop a significant amount of money into my bank account around that time. So, cannot wait.
A little bigger as well.
Cannot wait.
She can jump higher.
Fall goes all the way to December 21st. In technicality, yes, it does.
Flourished than the night was.
Badlands says he's convinced to October. Yeah, I guess because of Halloween, but you never know. Like, I'm so hyped for Link's Awakening, just scared it's going to be super short. I mean, we played the original, right? Like, it can't be no shorter than that, right? If they just remake the original. That whole dungeon creator, though, would look pretty dope in Link's Awakening.
But their minds aren't their own anymore, and you really feel for them because as you go through and you meet these characters, my heart breaks for these portal bugs, I'll be honest.
Yeah, bugs get a really rough
the OG was super short. It may have been. I like barely fumbled through the original when I was younger.
Become a hive mind again. In this story, they're also
like 10 hours. If you know what you're doing. I think it might be a little bit longer than 10 hours though, just because of what they're gonna add to it. I feel like it might be, and I feel like they may like.
We see often like the bells, some of the religious undertones, but
they may extend it out just a little bit.
That's just a conjecture on my part.
I don't think they would make an exact carbon copy of the game.
The very beginning of the game, so things are a little slower here, but they ramp up.
They absolutely ramp up. The enemies get harder. You get
I haven't played. Yeah, same here. I haven't played Link's Awakening.
And right now
since
she
I
doesn't
was
have
young.
actions. I can jump.
So yeah, probably same here. Probably 20 years, maybe
dash
longer.
downward like that, and that's about it.
For me.
But there's much more to learn as you progress through the world.
It's really satisfying to get those new
Well, gotta go.
abilities as the game progresses.
Gotta go and get ready. I'll talk to you later. All right, Dave, man. Have a great day. If I'm streaming later, come through, come hang out. You know how it does. You know how it goes. I'll be here. I'll be here all week. I'm on vacation, so I will be here all week. Luigi looks like the best. Luigi looks like the best looking Switch game. That Treehouse footage was. I don't know.
So as you are focused on the combat,
It did look solid, but I don't know if it was the best looking Switch game.
I think, Audrey, we've talked about this in the past, but both of us are really big fans of.
I feel like Link's Awakening looked pretty dope for what it was.
That's something that I think.
Still, as long as I was a hype, but I have to finish Hollow Knight first. I'm the same. I never touched Hollow Knight, so I'm watching this and it looks interesting, but just like, yo, I gotta finish the first one.
The deep exploration, the sense of mystery, but also
Be right back. All right,
just
Zach.
the ambiance. It's a spooky game.
It's so true. You can tell that the developers really love that genre. But
What's going on, man? How you doing, BJ?
And with the art style, it's so interesting as you're interacting with.
Just watching some more E3, hanging out, being bored, you know, that sort of thing. Discussing video games and.
There's no real difference.
What was the best looking Switch game graphically for the Switch? Actually, Jesse, funny thing is, it's Mario Maker. If you want me to be real with you, like,
You never know if it's
if you watch Mario Maker, the fact how smooth the frame rate looks, that's like I have impressed with Mario Maker too, with how smooth it looks.
Should I be afraid?
And yeah, granted, it is a bunch of 2D stuff, but yeah, it looks it looks smooth.
I got some tidbits from Team Cherry.
Of the ones they showed, I think Pokemon might take it, Jesse. I think Pokemon might take it. Astral Chain's another one, but Pokemon might be the one to take it.
Jumping ahead, Katie, you've
He just says, at work watching your feed. Dope. Awesome Panda. What's going on, homie?
So we are in deep docks, and this is an industrial region.
How's work going for you, BJ?
We've got a lot more actions at Corner's disposal right now. You know, and really when I say
Mario Kart 8
a little
and
further into the
Luigi.
game, not by very much.
No, we're not going to spoil anything.
We don't know where,
I
but
mean-
we are still very early on in the game here.
And just a moment ago there.
Splatoon? Even better than Splatoon, because Splatoon is in a solid 60.
The thing to point out is we've got some rosaries here. That's the currency. For
Like,
Farloom.
even better than Splatoon?
We have some
Oh,
shops
man.
here. So as you traverse,
Like, Splatoon's solid, too.
Two different types of items to one, purchase items, and two, replenish your tools and get new tools.
Do the right thing, Panda, and get shield.
If you actually are defeated, you can use your rosary beads. You'll hold on to your shell shards, but.
But yeah, man, like,
Yeah, so
I don't
that's
know,
why,
bro.
Earlier, if you guys noticed, we had a rosary string, which is a really helpful item to not lose your currency.
Because if they're tied on a string, you won't drop them so easily.
You have to stop the urge to break apart the string.
Which was, when I played the first time, obviously the first thing I did. It was like, break? Yes.
Of course.
So a little bit of platforming here. We're heading over to this lovely little gentle flea.
Oh, hello.
So this is a flea, one of the loveliest bugs in
okay.
all the worlds. I've been terrorized by fleas in my past.
Okay.
It's okay. It's personal
All right.
stuff.
BJ says, doing good. Hit you up. I hit you up earlier. Okay. Did you hit me up on Facebook? Sorry, man, because like for me, Facebook, it's like hard for me to check. The best way to get a hold of me is probably well,
Yeah, Bellhead,
well for you it would have to be
he has
Facebook,
hard
but
head.
you gotta get my
So we're
number
gonna
so we can
have
text.
to Go for his undercarriage, if you will.
Let me check it here.
And it's interesting, coming right back to thinking about the title of the game, Silk Song. There is a really interesting kind of musical undertone to the game. We're seeing bells hanging in the background, charms, chimes. Some of these.
I cannot type. I just hit you back, BJ. It's hard to judge what's the best looking game when Nintendo has a lot of great looking games. I mean, that much is true. But
Yeah, so she's got a similar setup that the Knight had in Hollow Knight. Instead of soul, she uses silk. So when you do fight enemies, you accrue more silk. There's also some reservoirs of sort, like in the spindle here, to acquire more.
And that goes onto your spool in the upper left. So right now you've got a nice stash ready to go.
Yeah, I've got a nice stash of silk, so I can heal really quickly. That's another difference from
oh snap!
her to the Knight, is the ability to heal without having to charge. She can charge super quickly. She can charge mid-air. So in those tight boss battles, you still need to think, but perhaps one less thing.
Just grabbed that dot key off that poor bellhead.
He doesn't need it.
This game
I
looks.
think he's yeah.
Hollow Knight, I love the artwork of
as
Hollow
you said,
Knight, dude.
these
Like,
guys still
I
continue to work,
absolutely
so
love it.
They're haunted by something, but there's still some sort of goal that they're working toward. At least for these bellheads here, it seems that they're gathering all this coal to send up to the Citadel, which is high above in Farloom.
So I wonder next time we see an enemy if we could try something else out, because we've got one other icon at the upper left that we haven't talked about with the straight pins.
Yeah, so much like the Knight, again, there's all these similarities, but key differences. So instead of charms, she has tools. So using the R button, I can throw a straight pin out. We'll get out of this lava pool here so I can better...
And you can dash across that, but you can't linger.
No, I learned that the hard way.
Gotta keep moving.
So, and then, again, another movement, or I'm sorry, action change, rather, is that she can
Yo.
dash.
Oh my
So
gosh.
after
Oh my
you
gosh.
Dodge, you could get out of dodge quickly by sprinting. So we're going to head over here, get this mask shard, collect 4 of these, and you'll
Got
get
dropped? What do you mean you got dropped?
basically your health.
The connection got dropped. I hit you back, OBJ. I did message you back. As the buzz is making rounds.
More health.
Okay.
So, we've got a boss battle coming up against a rival character called Lace. So I'd like to have as much health as I can get going into it.
Hey, I'm actually into that collab, BJ.
Much more
For real.
challenging, so collecting.
I am 100% with that. I'd much rather have help doing that because I actually wanted to do it,
You know what that helps.
but
So I need some more armor.
I would have needed the help. But I'm 100% with that. Turbo Jesse says, "All right, doggy,
You know, in
I'm
this
out.
game,
I'll be back on YouTube soon. Let's do something for sure, man. Hey, actually, Jesse, before you hop out,
It's
I'm bringing back the podcast on Sundays, so hit me up when you're good for that.
solve it, but
You know, you're always welcome. Well, it's gonna be it's called the Patreon podcast, but I'll hit you up with the with the info. But definitely check it.
Voice, which is quite distinct from the Knight.
We're definitely bringing it back. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
The fact that she actually speaks and vocalizes, she's got exertion sounds, but it also changes how she interacts with other characters.
Ooh, that was cool.
yeah, so we're gonna have a little scene in a bit where we do engage in
All right, bro.
dialogue. She's not
Catch you later, man. Have a good one.
She's got a voice. She's got an opinion, and
A really fun personality.
a fun. Well, yeah, and
And these guys are really going
Yeah.
for
It does a little
The
bit.
stock
From what I've
workers.
seen, the Hollow Knight, this looks
Put
much
mine
faster.
generally.
Oh, no worries.
But a couple different enemy types here. In addition to the bellhead, we've got this lovely shield bug that's...
And now I wonder if that's like half of a cymbal or part of a drum kit. They're all arming themselves with musical implements. I don't know. I mean, the guys wearing bells on their heads. It's practical and charming.
Yeah, perhaps I rudely interrupted band practice, so...
How could you?
Understood.
It's
So
a
I'm
high
gonna-
school band team.
High school band team.
They'll never win nationals now.
So is this like its own separate title, or is this DLC to Hollow Knight, or is this like a sequel, prequel? What is this?
Or are they? I don't know. Their bodies
'Cause I
are
don't
still
know.
there.
I'm just taking a little nap.
Rest for a little bit, and I will head up here. We're gonna unlock save.
This
bench.
banter is dookie though. Hollow Knight definitely tests the reflexes that part, but it's slow moving character.
I can both save here, and then also it serves as a checkpoint. So looking at the top.
Yeah, is this a
left,
prequel or a
the
sequel?
straight pin meter, it's totally.
It started as
different right
DLC,
now.
but they turned it into a
So
full
when you
game.
do go
Okay.
back to the bench, you have to pay to rebuild your tools. So it does function a little differently than the heal and the special attack, which goes from her silk. You actually have to use shards for the tools.
Oh, I love her.
So this is Forge Daughter, and she's going to help.
It
point
is a
out
sequel.
Tools throughout the journey.
Okay.
Her little assistant down here, he is so dedicated to his task. Whatever's going on in the kingdom has not affected him. He
No.
is still shoveling away for Forge Daughter.
He's shoveling away for a better purpose here.
You said they got ambitious.
Talk with the
I don't
Smith A
know.
little bit here. I love that she talks in the royal we.
I think once they saw the success of Hollow Knight, they're like, yo, we got to turn this into another game. And they probably thought that they needed to expand on it. I bet you it was just like a little small DLC, and they're like, yo, we need to actually like
that we
Go
can't
all out
show
on
too
this, and
much
that's probably why they
about
made
just
it
yet, but
into a
maybe-
sequel, a full-blown sequel.
Yeah, so this is the first time we're meeting her. So
Gotta go,
we're
bro.
not
My
able
lunch is
to
over, but I'll catch you later. All right, Jake,
meet
man.
her and get more tools, but you
Have
know,
a great rest of your day at
assured
work, bro. Appreciate you.
Hornet is going to have just as a vast tool set as the Knight had in Hollow Knight. So he's kind of rude.
Got a real thick bell on his head. You're not
just
getting
gonna-
through.
Okay, just one more. All right, there we go. Yeah,
my
she's
goodness.
her respect is shaky for him.
I love those
so-
little sounds all throughout the game.
The sound effects.
Hollow Knight
and-
has had
and the
several
music
pieces
as
of
well are
DLC already,
fantastic.
though.
They have the incredible composer from the previous game here.
Like I said, I haven't even gotten through the
He's
first
worked
one, so I don't know anything about its
and
DLC or anything like that. I haven't
puts
even
you
gotten
in
through the
mood
first
as you
one.
visit these different spaces, and they have very different feels and personalities.
Very atmospheric, yes.
It has like 5 full expansion packs.
All right,
Jeez,
so
I didn't know that.
Up here we have the dock key, and we are going to enter the boss's chamber. So
Good
this
thing you
is-
lifted that key earlier.
I sometimes forget when I do those things so far in the past. So Lace is part of a group who's going to impede Hornet's journey to the top of Farloom.
And she gives you a run for your money as well. She is speedy.
Yeah, so I practiced this. I won't say how many times I practiced this before the stream. We'll just
Brian B,
say that
what's
I
good,
invested quite
homie?
a lot of
How you
time
doing,
into
bro?
Learning her pattern.
I mean, I haven't really started either, but I've had it
It's
forever,
not-
though. See,
it's
that's the
not
same.
just
Like, it's in
action,
Game Pass
it's
on
strategy and learning the
it's in Game
movements,
Pass
the
on
spacing.
Xbox. I could try it.
And what I learned from a friend at work was it's almost like a reactive battle. Based on what actions she chooses, that's how I should then engage with her.
Yeah, if you try and just go in there and attack without thinking too far ahead, it's not going to turn out well for you. I can say from experience.
Yeah, I can say from 50 losses, have
So-
some patience.
And she's thinking about taking measure. That's talking about how all loss she's taking.
To battle while talking. So good job.
So back on mute, we're gonna.
So one thing Audrey and I can talk about as we cheer you on from the sidelines, in addition to some of the other things we've talked about where folks who played Hollow Knight will have some familiarity, we can't show it just yet, but they are also integrating a map system. True to Hollow Knight fashion, though, I think you're not just going to be given a map.
This fight looks dope, though. I can't lie.
For it, I imagine, but it will be so helpful as you're traversing this world, backtracking. There are going to be so many secrets that you'll uncover that maybe you can't quite solve puzzles right from the get-go.
It's
but
amazing
you
how
can
they
reference that map as you
this was
gradually
all hand drawn.
unlock this world.
Like it is
Slowly try to
still
climb
mind blowing me how this is all hand drawn and how great it looks.
Oh yeah, I think that players are going to rely on that map.
And it's an interesting kind of shift where in Hollow Knight you're really delving deeper and deeper into the world, sort of descending into darkness. Here,
This
what
is the
Hornet has to do
opposite.
is climb up. You,
Well done.
Dude.
Well met.
nice.
I don't know what
done.
you guys have said the past 2 minutes.
That's all right.
Don't worry about
it
it.
was like ambient noise.
Good job.
Just the white noise you needed.
The soothing voices of conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think I breathed for like 2 minutes. So that's an intense fight. Yeah, you can't play that offensively. You've got to play a bit more defensively. But with that, we've entered this chamber here.
And are we allowed to show anything past this chamber?
No.
That's all right.
Just a nice tease for players at home. to
No.
maybe-
We will let folks wonder.
Yes. The bell will toll, and
For whom? For you.
for you to solve.
All right,
Thank you so
that's enough
much
of that.
for giving us this early look and taking us through some space in the game. What can we say so far about release plans for this?
So Hollow Knight Silksong is coming soon. Team Cherry are unfortunately not here. They're hard at work in Australia finishing the game, and hopefully we'll have some more updates soon, because this is just a taste, and I need the entree now.
And we know it's going to be good.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Hollow Knight was a blast.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, again, folks who are watching, that was Hollow Knight Silksong from Team Cherry. Audrey, Katie, thank you so much for coming up and hanging out here. And folks at home watching, please don't go anywhere. Next up, we're going to be showing you some new Overcooked 2 DLC. It's gonna be a
Overcooked
blast.
2
Thanks so
DLC.
much for
Oh my
watching. Please hang out.
gosh. I know. I love Day 3 of the Treehouse because it's just like all these random games that like nobody's like super looking forward to. You know what I mean? Like. They showed all that yesterday, bro. I just didn't get to stream it yesterday, B. They showed all of that yesterday. They showed the Astral Chain, Animal Crossing. Everything was shown at yesterday's Treehouse event. And I didn't get to catch it because I was too busy recording music. So today's pretty much indie day. Yeah, pretty much Bad Lazy hit it on the nail there. Hit the nail on the head. Hit the hammer on the nail. Whatever. He nailed it pretty much. Will I be getting Astral Chain? I want to get Astral Chain, but Astral Chain looks like it might be a little sensory overload for me. I don't know yet. Zax is back from the doctor's office. Appreciate you. How was the trip? How was the visit? This music is dope. Be right back, guys. Hold on. Be right back. Okay, I am back. Just got to get the blood work done. Gotcha. Man, can't wait to see what Nintendo has. There'll be at Comic-Con? I didn't know that. It'll probably be Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That's probably what they'll have to play. I love how we're following this Luigi around and he's hunting stuff. Oh. It's a very small flashlight, right? Oh, I got some music to go along with this. Hold on. While they showed this, I got some music to go along with it. Give me a second. Oh, wait. I got some music to make this better. If I can find it. If I keep showing Luigi. I got the right music for it. That's a little better, right? That's a lot better than what they were playing, so we'll go with this. You should select the music that plays over time so you nail the music selection during Just Dance. For real. What's going on, Isaac? We're just messing around watching the indie day of the Treehouse. Messing around. They were playing some weird music in the background, so I decided to play the Luigi's Mansion theme. It would kind of fit. Am I gonna nab COD? Probably not. Dude, BJ, there were so many games coming out this year. Like, it's gonna be rough.
Live at E3 2019. I'm Audrey,
Oops.
and I'm here with Kirk and Katie from our publisher and developer.
Hey,
relations team.
Kurt.
And we're about to take a look at Overcooked 2 DLC called Night of the Hungry Herd.
Nice. I like
Or
Luigi's Mansion.
first
Never
I'd like
owned a
to introduce
GameCube. You
some
need
very
to
special guests.
play Luigi's
We
Mansion as soon as
have,
possible,
Phil, Ollie,
Isaac.
and
I'm just
Gemma
telling you right
from
now.
Discount Games. Welcome,
Nintendo,
folks.
out of all the games coming out this year, which ones are must-haves versus the ones you'll be waiting
Let's
on?
get cooking.
Yeah, certainly.
Um,
So this is the Night of the Hungry Horde. This is our new DLC. We're big fans of the Spooky at Ghost Town games. We're really excited about
Oh, man.
this new
Pokemon, Star Wars, looks like a must-have.
Perfect.
So this first level,
Let me just go by month. So this month,
the way the guillotine works is
obviously it's Mario Maker 2.
and there's no chopping boards, so you have a
July,
trigger the guillotines and it'll do all the chopping for you.
I can't remember if Ultimate Alliance is in July, but in August, it's a tie between Astral Chain and Fire Emblem. I don't know which one. September,
Pokemon starches.
I called starches.
Well, I didn't.
Okay.
I don't know,
As you
September's a
see,
tough one.
We're cooking stews here. The thing you need to remember is that every stew has an onion and a potato in it, so make sure you always have a good amount of onion and potato on the go.
I don't know, man. It depends on what you want, though, B. Because, like, for me, it's Pokemon. For me, it's Star Wars and Luigi's Mansion. Those are, like, the three that I must get.
Great start. I'm feeling the confidence
For me.
here for you guys.
But it's tough because there's so many games coming out. So many of them coming out, dude. It's unreal.
It's kind of cool being able to play this game.
And it's on a 3DS. Yep, get a 3DS and play Luigi's Mansion. Everything's all good. I just need an updated blood work from my medical records. All right, bro. I'm glad that everything's great. Am I the only one that thinks Cadence of Hyrule is must own or is must? I literally just bought it, Panda. After this is over, I'm gonna stream it actually.
Also, one of the other
After this is over, I'm actually gonna stream it because
the fact that we have 4 brand new chefs for the DLC. So
absolutely is a must own for me.
We have a ghost chef, we have a werewolf chef, and we actually have a returning character from the very first game, which is the box head chef. Ooh. Which was a lot of fans were requesting that we bring back box head chefs. We're very happy to have that in the new
Fan
DLC.
favorite return.
Yeah.
It's a lot of love.
People love the box.
Someone just put a potato on the stove. That was.
Okay, shall I chop yet?
Not yet. No, it's still got
Okay,
some
we got enough
stuff on it.
potatoes for a while. We need. All right, let's get some.
All right, you got a carrot.
Okay, I got you.
Stew that is getting a little bit close to the wire.
And something's going to burn pretty soon.
Save it. No, you got it. You got it.
I'm trying to.
I don't even know if we need that one.
I played Overcooked 1, and I gotta be honest with y'all, it was not my cup of tea. I wasn't a big fan. This is Overcooked 2 DLC, Panda. DLC for Overcooked 2. I was not a big fan of Overcooked 1.
And then one person who's the head chef at the back just.
My wife absolutely loves it. I just.
Yeah.
Okay, we go. Chopping.
Yeah.
This game with the devs is.
It looks absolutely chaotic and fun though. And what I played was chaotic. That's why I was like, yo, I gotta not play this or play this with somebody who can actually help me. Because no offense, my wife's not very good at video games.
Who is lobbing the carrots in the pot? It's so amazing.
Did I say that?
Stray ingredients on this level.
Did I say that?
It's getting a little bit crowded in the kitchen.
Take note that
You've got a carrot.
Did I say that?
Very close. There's one on the table. It could be served. You could do it.
Oh,
you
you
just missed it.
All right, chop in
The game is fun as a party game, but don't play it. Exactly. I was playing it with my wife, but you know how that goes. We know how that goes.
Actually, I was thinking I might go and have a cup of coffee or something. Come back and see it.
Like we know how it goes.
Make the coffee.
Yeah. They seem to have got a hand on this. They could probably do it with just the 3.
Okay, here's an onion, and then I'm gonna go hit the button. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, we need a lot of onions. Okay, button is going.
Oh, watch this, dude.
All right,
Get your fingers out of the way.
Stew in the mid. Stew in the mid.
Get it. No one? No one?
Okay.
Someone get
I'll
the
get it.
stew.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay,
Who's
good.
Where's the plate?
We need
a plate.
Wrong plate.
That needs to be cooked a bit more yellow.
We need something up for that. Oh,
Okay.
That needs a little more heat.
Oh, that does
we're
need a
waiting
little
for
bit more.
the carrot. Is that right?
Okay, this is really hard to keep track of now. We got a lot of ingredients on the go. Actually,
Am I watching the NBA tonight? Might as well, right? Like I got nothing else better to do. It's vacation. The Blues won. Let's go Blues.
yellow.
Let's go Blues. Blues won the chip. So the cup, not the chip, the cup. Forgive me. The Blues won the cup last night. So I can pray that the Raptors will bring home the chip today. So yeah, I might watch it.
30 seconds. And you've got a carrot stew.
I don't know how that goes. Care to elaborate? Well, you know, sometimes you have a significant other, Panda, that
20 seconds.
likes to play video games with you, but at the same time, they themselves aren't very good at the game, and sometimes it can affect your experience
It needs an onion.
Okay.
in a negative way, perhaps.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Just missed out on the second.
So sometimes, you know,
We nailed that. You made some money.
We got overconfident.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
As long as we made money, that's kind of
Exactly. 503.
Divided by 4.
so that's how it goes sometimes,
Yeah.
Panda. That's how it goes
You
sometimes.
have to divide that up, which is what, 120? That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll take that for the day.
You go to root for the Raptors after Tuesday? Yeah, because one,
Ingredients probably cost around 150. So
I feel like that was a very emotional win for the Warriors.
okay, so we're going to
The Raptors can have it. They just really got to do a few things like
for this Hangry Horde DLC, which
Yes.
is
Yes.
a new mode that we've been working on. And
I don't know, man. You're right. You're right, though. But I still want to root for the Raptors, bro. I really want them to get their first chip. I want Kawhi to get it.
From the Overcooked
Like,
team, and the idea is they're going to be attacking your kitchen.
I mean, that's true, too. That's just because they won. But remember, the Raptors didn't come back, and they did blow it. And
attacking your kitchen.
really, all the Raptors had to do was not get the ball to Kyle Lowry.
And I'll try and talk you through
Van Fleet could have had the ball in his hand. It would have been much better, but they gave it to Lowry. So twice they gave it to Lowry. That turnover that he had was brutal. That was the worst turnover I have ever seen.
And he's looking for just
That is the worst turnover I have seen in a long time in an NBA championship game. Like, he drove with like 3 seconds, kicked it out, missed the pass blatantly, and then let them come back and shoot a three. Like, and then he shot that three and hit the back of the backboard, and everybody says it was tipped. I don't care. Terrible.
the barricades with the money you earn from serving.
I'm biased though because I'm from NorCal, and the Kings aren't in the finals. I mean, I feel you on that one.
It is disturbing to me that the unbred.
Speaking of which, you're lucky the Kings are still there. They should have been gone already.
Using rules in the kingdom.
But the NBA, but David Stern hates Seattle for whatever reason.
Different species. It's fun.
Yeah, we have sentient buns and we have.
I will say this much though: if the Pelicans keep going the way they're gonna go, the Pelicans ain't gonna be in New Orleans very much longer. They're gonna get snatched or move the Clippers. The Clippers aren't gonna move. Steve Ballmer's already said it. Even though Ballmer's from Seattle, he's not moving them. He's already. That was part of the agreement whenever he bought them. The agreement was if he bought the Clippers, he was not going to move them to Seattle. So he bought the Clippers and didn't move them to Seattle. So that was part of his agreement. So the Clippers are going to be there and stay for a while.
Okay, okay. Do you want to pop that in the pan?
So there you go. You've got one that's a plain burger that's ready to go.
About to order the new release.
And then you've
Dang.
got a bread, an
There's some
unbread
cheese
on the top
over here
right.
as well.
We already served it.
Okay.
It's lettuce and cheese.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're ready.
This is really smooth sailing. I'm
Oh, we,
impressed.
yeah, we did this last time.
From what I understand,
Don't
there's
jinx
no
us.
veggie burgers in this game, right? There's no veggie burgers in
Well,
this
it's
game?
hard to say exactly what the consistency of the meat is
Our
that we're
resident
using there.
vegan. It
We're not
might
sure if any
be
animals were harmed
vegetables.
during the making of it. Generally speaking, they try to make food out of whatever they find around the kitchen, so it could just as well be lint as it is meat.
Yeah, it's a lentil burger.
They're owned by an NFL team and try to run them like NFL.
This is good.
Yeah, for the most part.
At the end of the second
But not only that, like
Angry fellow over
and
there.
it's just one plain
they're
burger.
just not doing the NBA justice either, and the NBA doesn't like it. So it's more than that. Like the NBA does not like it either. So don't be surprised if they try to force a sale.
Yeah,
And don't be surprised if it's to the Northwest. Because Seattle just built that new arena. Seattle's getting a hockey team, so the NBA is not far behind there. I really wish St. Louis could get a basketball team. I'm really craving for St. Louis to have a basketball team, bro. Like, you have no clue. If St. Louis could get a basketball team, I would drop being a fan of the Suns just to watch it. Because I would love it. I would love it. And technically, they would be in the West, too. I think.
Yeah, impressive. We're not at the end yet.
Hamburger up here. Does someone want to chop some cheese?
Who do I root for, Missouri? I root for the Cardinals and I root for the Blues. I root for the Cardinals and the Blues. I did not root for the Rams. I was mad at the Rams when I was younger. I loved the Rams when they had Kurt Warner and Isaac Bruce. They won a Super Bowl. As soon as they let Mike Martz take over that team and he ran Kurt Warner out of town, I was done. I was done. So, I kind of jumped ship. It was funny. I jumped ship and then cheered for the Seahawks, and that was like when I was 13 or 14. So, but man, that's why I don't like the Rams. Like the NBA, bro, I root for the Suns because of my friends. They're Suns fans, and so I've kind of rolled with them in solidarity with them because they are diehard Sun fans, and they kind of drug me into it. But for the NBA, man, I was never really a fan of a team. When I was younger, I loved the Bulls because of Michael Jordan. Who didn't? Like, who didn't like Michael Jordan in the 90s? Like that was my team because of Michael Jordan. My dad loved Michael Jordan. We watched every Bulls game we could. It was local. The channel WGN would show nothing but Bulls games, and so we had WGN here in the St. Louis area. So we would watch every Bulls game. My dad loved Michael Jordan. Like that was my dad's all-time favorite basketball player. So we watched Jordan every game, like dang near every game. Every playoff game, everything. So that was me going younger. But then after Jordan left, though, I wasn't really a fan of a team because it was just after Jordan left, the NBA became more of a instead of one superstar, it became about all the superstars pretty much. And so that started the Spurs era, like BJ said, the Spurs started. They started coming up. The Lakers went on that three-peat. I will say this much. I absolutely loved the Detroit Pistons teams of the early 2000s. The Chauncey Billups, Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. Loved those teams. So those were teams that I actually liked. Big time. The Detroit Pistons of those teams were dope. Then after that, of course, the Spurs won a few more. Then the Lakers won, Celtics. But I absolutely love those Detroit Pistons teams because there was just something about them. They were just a bunch of misfits that nobody really liked. Larry Brown is a coach that not everybody they respected, but he was also kind of he had the whole AI thing still with him. So Larry Brown was a respected coach, but he wasn't considered one of the greats. So he was also one of those coaches. So I absolutely loved everything about that team. That was an underdog team, and they put the Lakers in their place and beat them in 5. So you got to respect that, right? You got to respect that. And that was that Lakers team that was the Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton Lakers team. When they decided to stack everybody. So, yeah, I did love those teams. So, but yeah, for the NBA, for me, it was never really rooting at a team because they've always been, it's just never really had a team in St. Louis, and I never really. My favorite player in the NBA during the early 2000s era, though, was Tracy McGrady. I loved T-Mac. He was a monster. I feel like T-Mac, if T-Mac didn't have the injury problems that he had, T-Mac could have been a monster. I mean, I watched a video of T-Mac playing basketball, and it was a celebrity game, right? And he was, and Chad Ochocinco was in the celebrity game. Now, Chad Ochocinco was what? 6 foot? Maybe 6'1", maybe? And Tracy McGrady was towering this guy. Tracy McGrady was listed at 6'8". Bro, I feel like he was 6'9", 6'10". Because T-Mac was KD before KD was KD. And for T-Mac to have all the injury problems that he had, it was a shame because T-Mac was legit. T-Mac was legit. T-Mac was crazy. Being from Cali, not having a local pro sports team is foreign to me. T-Mac was ridiculous. I mean, for real, T-Mac was KD before KD. He just had all those injury problems. If he didn't have those injury problems, we'd be talking T-Mac as one of the greatest of all time, of one of the greats.
Yeah, I'll do the shrimp.
Not of all time, but like one of the greatest in that era. But because LeBron came and Kobe, he gets overshadowed by LeBron and Kobe. But T-Mac, I felt, was up there. Like, you watch T-Mac, like, go back and watch T-Mac versus Kobe highlights or T-Mac versus LeBron highlights. T-Mac, they could not stop T-Mac. They couldn't. They could not stop T-Mac. He was going to get his. Just too bad he got hurt.
Now remember that
Too bad he got hurt.
2 meals
Got
to
a
him,
meat.
so you're going to have a meat pasta and then you're going to have something else that you don't know
pasta.
yet.
Anyway, it's good to talk about sports because I'm not really interested in Overcooked 2. But regardless, go Raptors today. He would have been the same level for T-Mac and Vince Carter's another one. Vince Carter's still playing basketball to this day. I think did he say that his season is this upcoming season is his last one? He is the last player from the 90s era playing right now. Last year was his last. Okay. It's just crazy.
Not a lot of counter space in this
Okay, this is ready.
That's a great career to play all the way until you're 42, 43 years old.
That just means you have to be a bit more careful with where you put ingredients.
Yeah, but did you see those highlights of Vince Carter? This coming is his last. Okay, did you when he was in Memphis? What was it, two years ago? They showed him in practice. He was still doing 360 dunks at 40. They weren't as vicious because clearly he can't be, but he was still doing 360 slams, like at 40. Now it wasn't a windmill like turn around and freaking kill the rim like as vicious as it used to be, but man,
Kitchen is not gourmet, that's for sure.
Vince Carter was crazy.
You have 3 barricades down. You're doing
You want him back in Sacramento so badly. I mean, who does he retire? Like when he retires and goes to the Hall of Fame, like what team does he go to the Hall of Fame as?
Cautiously skeptical.
You know, is he a Raptor? Is he a Net? Because remember he had that run with the Nets. Is he a Grizzly? Like, it's gonna be crazy. He gets to pick. He gets to pick. That's the thing. He gets to pick. You guys think it's the Raptors? All right, I'll go with that one. I'm just saying he's been on so many teams. Like, it's crazy. Any other team is an insult for real. He did actually make the Raptors. The Raptors. Him and T-Mac made the Raptors. But I'm with you guys. But you never know. He could be like, "Yo, I'm gonna go with Net because I made the playoffs with the Nets." You know, you never know. It's like when Randy Johnson, as a pitcher, went to the Hall of Fame as a Diamondback. Bro, you played with the Diamondbacks not that long. You only go there because you won a World Series with them. But he could easily have been a Mariner because he spent most of his career there. You know what I mean? But he went as a Diamondback. Or he could have went as a Yankee, too. But he went in as a Diamondback. That's why I just thought that, you never know.
Thanks for letting us show off the DLC.
He's a god. He's a god in Toronto. They love. That's true. They do love him a lot.
Now on the Nintendo eShop for anybody who wants.
Kawhi's got to stay first, and he's gonna outshadow him. Kawhi has to stay first. You know what I mean? Kawhi needs to stay first if he's gonna overshadow Vince Carter.
More Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2019 coming up.
Who knows? Kawhi could lose his championship and say, "You know what? I'm out. I'm gonna go to LA." Like, you never know. Are they going to show us Mario at the Olympic Games next? Because this game actually looked fun. I remember somebody in my stream was like, I find it funny that they skipped Russia. I was like, that's true. They did do that. 2 more days, my guy. Technically 3. You ready for that podcast, Zach? Yeah, but they had to do it for Tokyo. They closed the rushing games with Mario coming out of. Yeah, true. Kawhi just want to play, so I think where he wants to get. Yeah, it's true. You're on the fence about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? I don't know, man. It might be something worth getting. If you were a big fan of those games earlier, it's going to be for you. If you weren't, then, you know, it may not be for you. For me, I was a decent fan. I love those games. So I might cop, especially since it's online and you get to play with your friends. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with that one. That's the whole thing, though. I never played the first two. Yeah, see, like I'm saying, like if you never played the first two, it may not be your cup of tea because it may have already passed you by because those games. OJ said it best in Avidan's podcast. Those games back in the day, it wasn't about the best graphics. It was about the best fluent gameplay. That game never had frame drops, and it was the best about beat 'em up, and you had a bunch of stuff going on the screen, and you were fighting. If you weren't into that back in the day, then it's probably not going to carry over. This is definitely going to be, as much as it's popular, this is definitely going to be a quote-unquote niche title because it's going to be for those old fans, for those fans of these old games. So if it's not, it may have passed you by for real. I am more excited for Ultimate Alliance. You know what, bad latency? I can see that. I can see that. Is it a beat 'em up? Yeah, it's pretty much a beat 'em up. You just run around, beat stuff up, blow stuff up, fight bosses, continue with the story. That's pretty much it. It's not like a hugely in-depth game. It's more like that's all these games have been. So if you're not into that or you weren't into that growing up, then you're probably not going to be into it now. But you never know. You could play with me, Rob, or Avidan or whatever, and you could have a lot of fun playing it. You never know. I just don't know if you're on the fence about it. I don't know if you could justify spending $60 on it unless there's a demo that comes out and then you play the demo with us or with friends and you're like, yo, I can play this. Then you might be into it. But I don't know if we're gonna get one of those. Is there a demo out? I don't know. Someone correct me if there's a demo out.
Hey guys, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. Indie Day rolls on. We are here with, I've got Kirk from Nintendo of America, Publisher and Developer Relations, and our very special guests, we have Harry and Gary.
Ooh, they're going to show us Yuka and Laylee. Okay, I'm actually into this one.
And the Impossible Lair.
That is absolutely right. Yeah, thank you so much for having us here today.
Yeah, you bet.
So let's just jump straight in. Ukulele and Impossible Lair. Excuse me. Ukulele back on a brand new adventure, and as you can see, this time it's a 2D platform game rather than a 3D, which the original one was.
Awesome.
And the story is that Capital B, the corporate evil overlord, he's back and up to his old tricks, and he's taken over the Kingdom of the Bees, which is called the Royal Stingdom, using a mind control device called Mind. And
I heard about that.
There's an awful lot of puns in this, so you just have to kind of.
He got banned streaming from Twitch because he streamed from a bathroom or something like that. Like, what was he doing in the bathroom? That's my question, because I heard that he got banned for streaming from a bathroom, but like, what was he doing? Did he just have his phone live and he was just streaming his opinions from a bathroom or what? Because that's whack. It's not like he was showing stuff, but if he was doing something crazy, then okay. But that's nuts.
And this is actually one of the levels of the game.
Oh, come on. See, that's just stupid. His cameraman followed him in there and he was taking a dump.
Destroy anyone who dares go into it. And in
Like,
fact, he's so convinced in the impossibility of this lair that he's actually just left.
I mean, I get why Twitch is doing it. Twitch, ever since Twitch got bought by Amazon, let's be real, like, they've really been on their YouTube.
Take down. They go through the impossible lair. And
They've really been on their quote unquote YouTube here with like being strict about everything, which is why I've bounced from Twitch. Because like I went to Twitch and was streaming on Twitch for fun, but they make it really hard to have fun. So if I'm gonna go to one corporate demon versus the other, I'm probably gonna go with Google and stream on YouTube. That's just my stance on it. Like,
and there are no checkpoints.
that is pathetic. If he wasn't, if you didn't see him taking a dump and they still banned him, that is absolutely weak sauce.
With that being the only thing you've got to do is finish the game, how do you finish the game? So one option is like get good.
I get that. Okay, so there are kids in the bathroom and stuff. Okay, that's cool. But you know what you need to do? Give him a warning. He is one of your biggest draws on Twitch. Like, how long of a ban is it? Is it just a few days? How long? Because if it's just a few days, okay, whatever. If they ban him like 90 days, like YouTube has done for people with streaming the Ubisoft event, yo, come on, be real. That's one of your bigger draws on Twitch. Like, that's one of your bigger money makers. They'd be like them banning Ninja. Like, imagine if Ninja did that. Ninja wouldn't have got a ban. He would have got a slap on the wrist.
They're basically the most awesome bees in the entire.
He would have got a slap on the wrist. And on top of that, look, what makes it worse is
and the way in which they help you out is that
that's that man's money. You know what I mean? Like, that's that man's money. That man makes money this way, and he's making you money. Like, that's one of your bigger draws. For you to do that, just give him a warning and say, look, don't make it happen again. We'll ban you next time it happens. He's out in E3 having fun. Like, how often is he streaming from a bathroom? Never. He's streaming from his own little office or warehouse or wherever he's at. Streaming him playing Battle Royale games. Like, come on, get real. Get real, Twitch. Like, Twitch and YouTube both tripping this E3, dog. Like, banning everybody for the Ubisoft conference and then, ooh, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, but so they're really useful. And there's a total of 48 that you can get. So eventually, you know, if you play through enough levels, you will get a lot more chances.
And that makes the impossible lair actually possible.
Absolutely.
With 48 hits.
With 48 hits. That's what we hope anyway.
So let's talk a little bit about the development process and your role in the development for the fans.
Man, it's crazy. Either way, ukulele, like, I thought ukulele is this like a side scroller DLC? I thought this game was supposed to be more like Banjo-Kazooie. But this is very side scroller. So is this like some sort of DLC or another game they're making that's just side scroll? If not, I'm not into this. I like the whole 3D aspect of their game because it reminded me of Banjo-Kazooie. This 2D aspect, I'm not a fan of.
It's kind of really interesting when you watch a beginner playing this game. They kind of sort of walk through the game and stop and jump on an enemy, but or is it a mixture of both, like Paper Mario? What was that one game with Paper Mario that came out where you could do both? The first one was like a Banjo-Kazooie, but they made this yeah, I'm not a fan then. I'm not a fan, Panda, though. I'm not a fan of that. I actually like the fact that they wanted to make it like Banjo-Kazooie, and I know people didn't give it a whole lot of acclaim, the first one, but I still like the attempt.
You know, he's gonna ace them, and it's gonna be no problem. Yeah. So talk to us about this area we're now. This looks a little different than where we just were. Yeah, you're right. So this is one of the things we're really excited about this game. It's like a major addition to the game. It's called the Overworld, and you know, I completely understand if you like immediately looked at this and thought, okay, you know, it's a nice looking map screen. That's cool. Go from level to level. But actually, we've put so much into the Overworld, and it's so much more than that. And we've been describing it as a mini adventure game in its own right, because there's just so much stuff to see and do in here. So, you know, you've got all sorts of really varied locations to visit. There's tons of characters to meet and interact with. They've got all problems they need solved.
That's kind of how I'm feeling, but I didn't play the first ukulele, so I'm a bit behind. I mean, I barely played the first ukulele, right? But at the same time, I know that I watched enough to know that I wanted to play it. Even regardless of the reviews that people were saying about it, I still wanted to play it. I don't want to play this. Like, I don't like that 2D aspect, man. Hold on, let me turn the fan on. It's getting hot.
It's a really nice place to just sort of just chill out and hang out with all the characters. Yeah, it's a different pace, a different vibe. It's I like how it mixes up between that fluid, sort of fast-moving. Yeah. One point to another gameplay and just kind of getting to chill out. Exactly, and we find that it really kind of complements the 2D levels quite nicely because when you're playing a 2D platform, level.
All right, got a little fan on me. It's getting a little hotter in here. Temperature's raising up.
Take a step back now and calm
Sun's shining on my house, and like this corner of my house where my office is the worst because I got a bunch of trees to this side of my house, so it's nothing but shade. Regardless of the sunlight, there's so many trees. That side of the house gets nothing but shade, so it's always cool on that side of the house. Over here, nothing but sun. So this side of the house gets fried, and it's already hot. And it's not even that hot outside. It's just the fact that there's so much sun coming in. Like, oh my gosh. I even got blinds closed, and I'm burning up.
That's it. I'm like, go and find all the secrets for me.
That's kind of how I'm feeling, but I didn't play the first ukulele, so I'm a bit behind all this. Are you passing? No, I'm not passing Link's Awakening. I'm definitely getting Link's Awakening.
And in the original game, pages expanded the size of the levels.
I'm definitely playing Link's Awakening because Link's Awakening was good. I absolutely liked Link's Awakening when I was younger, and for them to redo that, I'm into that. I'm into that.
Wow, does he work on your team?
He designed it. He knew how it worked. Just sneak.
I've never played it before.
But yeah, so Gary completed that challenge, and like I said, the challenge is kind of really simple little challenges. They kind of test your ability with like a gameplay mechanic. So that one was about rolling, for example. Oh, we should just appreciate this moment. Sorry.
Pagey power.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Now I mean, the visuals in this are just stunning.
Yeah.
The colors and the way everything comes together and the depth. I mean, this is definitely a level up for you guys. In this game.
Absolutely. I mean, I really think our art
See here, are you?
themselves in this game. It does look beautiful.
I mean,
and the music as well. Being
that challenge didn't seem like much of one. I was looking, I was like, yo, okay, cool, whatever.
Beautiful tune.
I'm underwhelmed by this so far. I really am. I was very excited for it, but now that it's a 2D platformer, pass.
So this is going to be level 3. Here we go. Right, cool. Yeah, level 3. So moved a bit further through the game now, and
does he even know what level it is?
Challenging, and obviously you can see we're introducing new enemies. So we've got spiders, a few new mechanics, stuff like ropes and whatever. But one of the main things you kind of notice here is like the level is very different looking to the original, and that's one of the key things that we're aiming to achieve with this game. We wanted a real variety of locations, so no two levels really share that much. We really wanted to explore all sorts of places that could be in this Bee Kingdom. So we've got.
I mean, here's my deal though: is anybody going to be excited for the ukulele now that Banjo's, coming to Smash, and that probably means there's a chance of
exploring this Bee Kingdom.
Banjo actually coming to Switch now.
Point kind of scans your body.
Yeah, that's it.
What if? Let me just hit you with a hypothetical.
And of course he's got eyes because.
So what if Rare is developing another Banjo game right now? And what if Microsoft has cut a deal with Nintendo for it to be on the Switch?
Don't know ukulele. Yuka, he's the green chameleon.
What would you guys do?
She's the purple bat, and she's kind of a bit sassy, and he's a bit more chilled out. And yeah, kind of.
I think that's a possibility. Microsoft says, "Oh yeah, we can have this in our Game Pass. Oh, by the way, you guys can put this on the Switch too." Like,
and hopefully that's kind of encapsulated in.
I feel like that's more of a possibility than we think it is.
The moves are set up. It's you can see that when you could.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm only extremely doubtful because Rare doesn't seem like they're working on it. So yes, I agree with you on that. But what if that did happen though?
And then that's absolutely right. Yeah, that's true.
So like I said, this is just a fully hypothetical.
Life system in this game. If you take a hit, what happens is that Laylee is knocked from Yuka's shoulders, and she kind of flies around the place where you took the damage and a bit of a daze. Just been hit.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Yo, I'm just saying, like,
and if you catch her,
I feel like it needs to be on the Switch. It needs to be on the Nintendo platform. It's where it started.
If you don't catch her, she'll actually. Oh, Gary!
Rip.
Looks like Gary got a little greedy there.
Exactly, yeah. And Gary.
Rip.
Level, so.
Yeah,
Come on,
the level designer tries to. Yeah.
Yeah. If you lose Laylee, then you've got to continue on your own as Yuka. And what you find is that actually, the game becomes that bit more challenging because, firstly, if you take another hit, you're going to die. And secondly, you lose a bunch of the abilities that you've become reliant on. So the twirl jump that Gary's doing there's a ground pound move, and there's a boosted version of the roll. Those 3 moves just go away with Laylee. She sort of flies off with them.
Ah, okay.
There is new Banjo merch coming out apparently, and that seems odd just for a Smash. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, that does seem a little odd. So if Microsoft's getting a Smash, if Microsoft's getting Banjo,
Some of those moves you mentioned,
like if they are making a new one, or heck, maybe they're just remaking Banjo 1 and 2 and remastering it. Who knows? Who knows? That could just be that could just be it for the Switch. You know what I mean? That could just be it. We could be blowing out. I could just be blowing out of proportion. But
3D nature
if
the characters come into the screen.
Yeah, it's really fun when a character dies.
if it is a new Banjo-Kazooie,
all the secrets in the game as
like,
well, kind of slightly telegraphed using that sort
I
of
feel
2D
like
perspective. So we have
Microsoft has to share it with Nintendo.
and you can just
They don't have to do anything. I just want them to, but
actually a room behind it.
I would love that.
Yeah, so you kind of keep your eyes peeled. There's a lot of like hidden areas within the levels themselves, and you know, if you keep your eyes peeled, you can.
Oh, look, he made the level.
Like,
And
we've got
that's the
another
most
member of
terrifying
our
level.
Yeah, we've got another member of our battalion. I
It
think.
seems very anticlimactic whenever you clear a level.
Some of them have got some very strange names.
So now we can take 2 hits.
It really does.
1 hit in the impossible layer. Or is it 2? Do we have 2 Bs now?
This is still want to play the first Yuka. Yeah, I'm with you. I barely played Yuka. I should probably get back to it, but I'm waiting for it to get on sale. Then when it went on sale, I passed on it.
Have you seen someone defeat the impossible layer the first time? You have.
I have. Yeah, we can confirm it is possible.
It's the impossible layer is possible.
Yeah,
without
exactly.
taking
so
a hit.
Capital B says it's impossible, but Platonic says no, it has to be possible.
Okay.
There's no way we were going to make a level that was like.
I've been streaming for 2 hours. I cannot believe we've been streaming this for 2 hours. It doesn't feel like it. This is going by fairly
So
quick.
this is where the lair was. It's just a
Thanks guys for hanging out, for real, because like, if you guys weren't in here talking, I'd be like sitting here like, but having you guys here to hang out and talk, it's like making us way better. I did not know we've been streaming for 2 hours. That's crazy.
I like how the trees are sort of. They almost kind of look like that.
Is it on sale? I know it was on sale at one point. It may not be on sale anymore.
The overworld is as well. In fact, we just quickly.
I don't know. How do I pronounce that? Zorg Studios.
You can just see.
Thank you so much, Zorg. Appreciate you. How you doing?
It's like it's a really sizable experience, and there's like I said, it's just full of stuff to see.
Is it Zorg or Zorg? I don't know how you pronounce that, but regardless, welcome to the stream. How you doing this fine afternoon? We are now in the afternoon.
Yes. So, well, let's have a look at that then. So, we're going to solve one of the overworld puzzles, and as a result of doing that, we'll kind of trigger something quite special to happen, and we'll kind of talk about that. So, this is what we're going to do now, guys. We're going to do the slightly more involved puzzle in the overworld. So, the first one, it was more straightforward. This is a bit later in the game, so we're going to go ahead. You can see he spent some quills to open that cage. So quills are really the currency of ukulele, and they're using.
I'm doing great, man.
Like opening cages, but there's also.
It's just okay.
We're not talking about.
I got you. I don't know you with the X there. I didn't know how you wanted that to be pronounced, but appreciate you. Glad you're enjoying it. That it really does.
And we really
it really does, even though it's a century overload for myself, but it does. Yeah, it's tricky. For real, it's tricky. Either way, welcome. Appreciate you. We're just hanging out, watching the treehouse, talking anything, really. We just had a big sports debate not too long ago. So we were talking about sports, games, movies, whatever. Just hanging out, watching this, see if there's anything interesting. They showed Cadence of Hyrule. That's the first thing they showed. That's probably the most interesting thing they showed so far.
Yeah. So this guy here, you can see this is a character as well. He's called Rampo. Now we could sit and chat with him.
I got my friend to buy it, but he can't get off Destiny 2 long enough to play. And Destiny 2 is now going to be free to play. Think about that for a minute.
So he was a boss from the previous game, and something.
Can't pick the key up.
Can't pick the key up. This is a really difficult puzzle because Gary can't pick the key up.
You have an impossible layer and an impossible.
You know, I'd really love. I think I want to go to E3 next year just to go to the Treehouse events and like play all the games and just hang out. You know, hopefully that's my goal. Yeah, Destiny's about to be free to play, dog. Like the only thing you have to pay for is the expansions, but Destiny is about to go free to play. Bungie announced that earlier this week, actually. Destiny is going to be a free to play game moving forward.
We'll find out. We will find out live on stream. It's very exciting.
Now I don't know how they're going to do the rest of it.
This is another little puzzle you can see.
Because I know they may have some special on the expansions coming up. Like, here's the deal: we're going free to play. You can buy all the expansions for this much, or maybe they'll do a subscription service for the expansions, like ESO does. I don't know how they're going to do it. But they got to get away for people to play the expansions because the new one's coming out in September. And the new one almost has me interested because I want to see what they're going to do with the Hive. That sounds very interesting the way they're going to do it. George says, nice. I'm going to help you get some subs. I'm going to shout you out because it looks like your channel is really nice and you put lots of work into it. Thank you so much, George. And also, I also don't have this channel. I also have, I'm going to share this link. I also have this channel too as well where I do video game covers. Check that out as well. I appreciate it. If you like any help is welcome. But if not, just hang out. Hang out. That's what we're doing here. We're just hanging out, bro. For real.
Hey, what's going on?
Let me check out your channel. Oh, don't want to play that.
So this one's been a really smooth sort of nice transition out of Yuka 1.
So what you do over here, George? What do you do?
I've been enjoying in my headphones.
Are you pranks and cool stuff? Okay, okay, I like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dave Wise and Grant Kirkhope, they kind of lead the music on this game, and you know the number of times
I like this.
I come back from work and just driving home, and I just got one of
The Destiny 2 thing was hilarious. Actually, Google tried to use getting it free as a selling point for Stadia, then immediately after they announced it's free to play anyway. Exactly. People call me Coco. Hello, ISO sub. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Because unfortunately, the impossible puzzle has tripped us up a little bit.
How are you doing, man? Appreciate you. We're just hanging out, talking, gaming, and there's the sub. There's the alert. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. Just hanging out, watching, chilling.
Flood into the level entrance where we were stood outside. And what that would have done is it would have unlocked the second version of the level, because in Yooka-Laylee Impossible Lair, they're actually...
I sub back to you, George. I got you.
The original version that you find by default, and then a transformed version of the level that you access...
Hit you with that sub back. Yes, say yes, sub. Oh, thank you so much. Cool channel. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you, George, for real.
Very dry, very barren. All the plants are kind of withered.
Welcome to the stream. Like I said, we're just watching and some games and hanging out and chilling. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. I can't speak. Appreciate y'all. Come hang out, join in the conversation. We're just talking games at this point. Stadia has to include the expansions, otherwise it's not a selling point for Stadia. Nothing, bro, I'm telling you right now, nothing is a selling point for Stadia for me. At this point, Panda. Like, what Xbox showed at their conference with xCloud was more of a selling point than what I did. And all they did was say, hey, we're just offering streaming for if you have an Xbox console right now.
And we really hope players are going to enjoy.
You know what I mean? Like, that's all they offered was like, yo, the hardware you need to stream our service is an Xbox, and I imagine that's only going to expand to like other services like PC and stuff.
You guys have actually made 40 levels. Right?
Exactly, yeah, that's absolutely right.
Don't call me Juan. What's up? What's up? Real Time is taking a long show. What's up? How you doing?
So, you know, you solve the puzzle in the overworld to unlock a new version of the 2D level, and then you're playing that version of the 2D level, get a B, get some quills.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you for shouting it out.
Back and forth between these two experiences.
So much to do.
Chef Boy RD, I love that name. Chef Boy RD with the sub. Thank you so much. I love that name. I really do. I love that name. Bethesda streaming thing was more appealing than Stadia. It was, but all they did was announce that it's just helping with their engine. I think that's a way for them to just get it on mobile devices.
This is a great
They just were saying, hey, we can get this on more devices. Good Panda with the subscription. Thank you so much.
It still looks like it hurts. Yeah.
Ooh, gosh. Oh, Gary. Go for it.
Gary, you're doing a great job today.
Man, people just coming through. Really do appreciate it, George, man. I really do. And like I said, feel free to hang out. Any links that pop up from Nightbot, check out those links. Feel free to support, especially the one recently you said with the VGM. Chris Levi with a $3 donation. Thank you so much, bro. Mike Lombardi, dope channel. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. And then Lolita L, I can't even pronounce that. Lolita L Tiere. Tiere, there we go. Tiere, thank you so much for that subscription. And Mike Lombardi with the subscription. Thank you so much.
It really pushes you to take risks in order to get a large number of quills.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Oh, those guys are so cool looking. What are they called?
Yeah, man, Chris, I'm feeling. I still got a little tick in my throat, but feeling much better.
It's written down. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then you try and say
feeling much better.
Minions. Yeah.
There's the alert for the subscription. Thank you guys so much, man. Like I said, hang out, come talk with us, chill. And like I said, any links that Nightbot be posting, check those out as well for further support. Okay, this big for further support.
Yeah, that's it. And there's actually 5 different.
This is some dope ass setup. Thank you, man.
There's a green one who sort of zooms off through the level and draws a racing line of squirrels for you to chase. So there's all sorts of different ones that pushes you in different ways.
So far though, I'm underwhelmed by this ukulele game.
And as you can imagine, if you hadn't triggered him, this bit will be.
If you're gonna do a platformer, it's gotta really stand out for me because there's so many of them, and this isn't exactly standing out other than the fact that it's ukulele. You know what I mean?
You don't need to do this.
This game was cool. What's it called? It's called Ukulele. I'm not playing right now. We're just streaming the Nintendo Treehouse, like seeing what they have to offer. It's Indie Day on the Treehouse. So this is the new ukulele game. So I'm not playing. Hands free. Look, I'm not playing. So we're just watching what they have to offer. It's the new ukulele game.
Nice job, good job, nailed it.
And with Jake Peters. Thank you so much. Let's see here.
Well, very nice. Harry and Gary from Platonic, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I'm with Super Lucky still. Speaking of Super Lucky still, that's coming to the Switch. And did you what they called it? They called it the new Super Lucky's Tale. So I don't know what they're gonna add to it, but I did notice that little snippet in the direct.
And stay tuned.
The new Super Lucky's Tale.
What they look from at Rad. So don't go anywhere.
Rad. Either way, that's a lot of fun. Anyway, let's play a little bit of music because I don't like the music they be playing. Forget it. Did we work the camera and added a few things? I think nothing much is hanging here. Appreciate y'all hanging out though, for real. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, we're just chilling. They were talking about it during the Treehouse demo yesterday. Okay. I probably will get Super Lucky's Tale. I actually played Super Lucky's Tale on the Xbox and I actually had a lot of fun playing it. So I might get it on the Switch, but it is free right now for me. It is free right now for me on Xbox though because of Game Pass. But see, look at Link's Awakening, bro. Look at that. It just looks great. I love that look. I gotta have that. I gotta have it. Like, for real. I gotta have it. I'm gonna have to do some guitar fails live on my video. Hey. Do it, BJ, bro. Like, do it. It does look good, Panda, doesn't it not? Like, you have to love it. I'm with it, bad latency. I'm absolutely with it. I wouldn't mind seeing other games that are stuff. For real, looks great. Also, all you newcomers, everybody who's come to, click that link right there I just shared. Click on that. Check out that channel. If you like the music on that channel, then hit that subscribe button as well. They got Harley Quinn playing for real. I thought the same thing. Like, was that Margot Robbie? Is that Margot Robbie? I mean, I'm really sad that I missed like this part of the Treehouse yesterday. But like I said, I was working on this music. Speaking of which, does anybody want a quick preview of the next song that I'm working on? A quick preview. I showed one yesterday. I'm working on Metal Gear Solid, by the way. That's the next one. Let me give y'all a quick preview of the new song I'm working on. Give me a second here. Remember, I got the song playing as a here it goes. Where's it at? All right. Give it a second here. Let's start playing. I got to actually have the song playing in the background, like, as a reference. That'll all be lead guitar. So remember that. It'll all be lead guitar. Anyway, that's all y'all get. I can't give you the whole thing. I can't give you the whole thing. I gotta give you just that much. That's all you get for the new Metal Gear Solid song that I'm working on. That'll be coming Monday, hopefully, if my dudes finish their parts. I think my buddy Josh is actually recording drums right now as we speak. And my buddy Griff's recording some guitar parts, so that'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, how's everybody's day going? Let's just go there. How's everybody's day going? Like, y'all having a good day, bad day, okay day? You at work? You on lunch? How's everybody's day going? Since I'm on vacation, I really haven't been doing anything all week. I have not been doing anything all week, but this, and I'm enjoying it actually. I'm very much enjoying it.
Relations team, and oh my God,
on lunch, all right.
Productions. We have Lee, the creative director, and
oh, this is rad. Okay, yo, I'm actually looking forward to this one. I thought Rad looked dope, so this is one of those games I am looking forward to. So yes, show me this. Show me this. You see them saying the younger devs on Breath of the Wild 2 were expired? No, I did not, but that makes me happy to hear, Stitch.
Working on something rad.
And here we are.
Yeah, so Rad is a top-down action roguelike game that takes place in the post-apocalypse.
Post-apocalypse.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because one apocalypse is like phoning it in nowadays. We gotta do two.
Yeah, you gotta go after the party of the world ending. Basically.
That's right. That's right. Things keep happening. So you play a young character, a teenager, in a town that lives kind of on the edge of the wasteland and has managed to survive for some time, but they've lost their power source. It's failing, so they can't nourish the crops or purify the air, and someone must go on a quest to find new power for the town. And of course, that's where our player character comes in.
Yeah, and we're seeing some of those characters right now, I believe, on the...
All right, nigga, gotta head out. Enjoy the rest of your stream. All right, Panda, bro, appreciate you for stopping by, my guy.
Everywhere. That's...
Yeah, you know what?
Hey, as Rob says, be easy, not sleazy.
Our game takes place in the 80s, you know, and so that...
And stay legit. Rad is from Double Fine, and it's from Double Fine, and Microsoft bought them, too. So strange to have Xbox providing so much third-party support. It is a little strange, right? Bad latency, but...
I think we have last count was 45 different music tracks.
As you can see, these two actually are enjoying their partnership with each other. So, I mean,
when you start a new
that is what it is, right?
You get this cutscene, and it's really the only cutscene we have.
But when Microsoft bought these studios, though, they did make a point. I'm looking to see how it goes forward, because when Microsoft bought these studios, they did make it a point to these studios to say, look, we're not going to take your current games hostage. So whatever plans, that's why the Outer Worlds is multiplat, but the Outer Worlds is in Game Pass because Microsoft bought them, but it's a multiplayer everywhere else. That's why it's there, because Microsoft said, look, you are already working on it. We don't want it. Put it out. Keep your plans the way you want them. And I feel like that's what they did with this game too.
The youth is able to do this because
Nintendo has had a great showing, and dude, Nintendo has just been killing E3. Nintendo, as OJ from Player Essence said, like Nintendo has put everybody on notice on how to do E3 moving forward. Like you said, E3 used to be about showing us games that were like 3, 4, 5 years in advance. Because it was about those investors meetings and stuff, but now like nobody cares. Like, give us what's coming in the next few days, and Nintendo has pretty much mastered that with their directs. Like, tell me one thing that they showed besides Breath of the Wild 2 that was like, hey, this game's not coming out in 2019 or 2020. Everything they showed was like within the year and a half release.
But you know, it's the Elder refers to it as the.
You're getting Minecraft Dungeons though. I'm pretty sure the MSS. Yeah, they have. You're right about that. But like I'm saying, like but Microsoft also, it seems like they trust Nintendo, and Nintendo trusts Microsoft, which is weird to think about because remember when Microsoft tried to snag Rare because they wanted Donkey Kong and it didn't work out? Like, it's just weird that now that's old Microsoft leadership, right? That's old Xbox leadership, but remember when that happened?
Are different every time you play. So we'll see.
I believe Microsoft and Sony think they have outgrown E3, so they do their own thing. I don't know. I think Sony believes that. Microsoft was there at E3 and they had a subpar showing, but
the elders activating.
I think Microsoft and Nintendo trust each other, which is weird.
To a random place out into the fallow, which is what we call the wasteland. But the town itself is persistent. So all of the stuff that you do over runs, you can upgrade the town. So there's an armory pass, and you can unlock other melee weapons that have different abilities, and they'll kind of show up there. There's a
like
here,
this is
Journey
dope.
shop,
This is dope. This game looks pretty fun. I agree with that. Microsoft will still play ball. Exactly. Yeah, they'll still play ball. Like,
neon lights. Looks like a Sam Goody store.
so I feel like Microsoft's only. I mean, Microsoft has even said moving forward they don't see Nintendo or Sony as competition. The only way they would say that is if they aren't looking if they are looking to move outside of the console market. So clearly they are by rolling with Nintendo. Like, and everybody says that Microsoft's look is more interested in becoming a third-party publisher than they are a console seller. And Phil Spencer kind of said that in an interview. Salty's Gaming posted a video about this where he said that Phil pretty much said that we are one of the bigger third-party publishers out there, and that's an interesting way to say it, but he's kind of right. As they start to share more and more of their stuff with other people. So I don't know. It's just weird, but you're right, Bad Lacy. It seems like Microsoft's being really, especially with Nintendo. Here, take property and use it.
Teenagers hang out here in this sort of.
It seems like they think that's very beneficial. Is Xbox going the way of Sega? No, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna drop a Dreamcast anytime soon. But
yeah, we've got some breakdancing.
Xbox seems to be doing a bunch of other stuff.
The teams are kind of in some ways jealous of you because even though they're kind of scared to be out there, it's really a chance for you to like make an impact, to kind of see the world. This kind of contained area.
Anyway, okay, BJ, I got you. That's BJ.
About this machine maybe over
here. Oh yeah, so this is Mac. Mac is a speak and spell style device that's been strapped to an old computer and an ATM. So
let me check out the channel, BJ. Let me check out this one.
If you invest in Mac. Mac will capability, so you'll start to save some of your money on death, or there's a remote network of ATMs out into the wasteland that you can activate to withdraw or deposit money depending on which features you've unlocked.
At E3, I like to see companies basically show that they be doing over the next year so we can get hyped for it. Maybe one or two.
Got this, Kevin. Yeah, this is where it gets random. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, and Microsoft showed us what they had, which is not a lot. This one has nothing, bro. It just has all my subs in order. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have that channel too. I have that channel too where I have all my subs on there.
And really what we wanted to
You're lazy? Nah, not really. I have like 3 channels on here. One where it's just me where I watch a bunch of stuff. Then this one is all my subs to the community and video game centric stuff. And then my Studio Nicktendo is all my music stuff. So I feel you on that. That's how I keep my subs in order. I go to different channels. That's how I do it.
Good melee combo system that's always there. The mutations will kind of add to that, or you'll see as we get them. But when the player moves through the world and they defeat muties, they'll start to fill their rad meter at the top as their body starts to absorb the toxins. And when it fills, that's when you get that mutation. So we'll see here what happens. You can also see that as the player moves through the world, they're leaving behind a trail of new growth. You see the kind of grass.
Give me a second here. Let me do this real quick. Oh crap, my phone's about to die anyway.
A walking humidifier or filter system. It kind of pulls the toxins out of the world and is leaving behind a little bit of growth.
I thought I was already subbed.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I could even see some completionists out there trying to scrape the whole map and really, paint the world green.
Yeah, like as we just saw that object that was activated there, you saw a lot of that regrowth just happen like in a big whoosh.
Yeah. Mechanically, it helps the player know where they've been because our procedural levels are not small room to rooms. They're kind of a bigger, more open-aired experience. So, there's a lot to explore, and that is just a great visual way to
Minecraft Dungeons does look cool, but I'm with you. I'm not a big fan of Minecraft or anything like that. This is not my forte. Like Dragon Quest Builders looks interesting, but I'm not gonna get it because that's just not my forte. If I ever get music stuff to record, I may go with the second channel. I'm telling you, Chris Levi is the way to go.
That you can unlock that have much more pronounced.
That Gauntlet Baldur's Gate itch though, yeah, true. But Baldur's Gate's coming to Stadia. It's coming to Stadia, Stitched. You might want to check that out. No, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. No, I know you don't want to do Stadia.
The growth that you leave behind you is not only, like I said, it lets you know where you've been, but it also speeds up retraversal. So when you run on it, you move a little faster. And oh, we just mutated. So you see he's mutated, and one of his arms is turned to a firearm.
Oh.
And so now he's got ranged ability, which he didn't have before.
Oh, it's a literal firearm. I love that.
Yeah, we have a lot of really bad puns in the game, especially as it comes to mutation.
My only complaint is why does every game that they're showing us so far,
all of their mutations
outside of ukulele, look like somebody
you probably saw on the pop-up when he got
painted?
it. It says, hey,
just
you can
like
aim with the right stick.
this doesn't look very good though, like resolution-wise.
Right now, I believe he's trying to.
I don't know if that's the art style of the game or because it's on the Switch. You know what I mean? I can't tell. But I don't like the way this looks so far. Like the trailer that they showed us in the indie spotlight, like it looked much better.
When you activate it, it has a laser that shoots from its mouth and points to where you need to go. And so, you can open your mini map and inspect it, and you can kind of see, you can kind of scroll down, zoom in and out. You can kind of see where those lasers are connecting. So there's lots to explore, but just the very high level. Activate these respirators. They'll point you to these gates that they power with their lasers. You go through that, you fight some sort of boss, and then you.
It's also random, right?
Yeah, which is also random, and see how long you can survive. Right. And you see, we also have this whole elaborate set of interiors levels, and these aren't usually mandatory, but they contain shops and better loot, and they're a little more dangerous because you're a little more closed in as well.
Saw a floppy disk there, a puzzle cube.
Yeah. Maybe for the youngins that might not know, or be familiar with the floppy disk or cassette tape.
Yeah, our currency are cassettes, and the keys in the games are floppies, So the people in the now, which is what the sort of current timeline in the game.
I know it's Indie Day Stitch. It's just like, remember when we saw this in the trailer? It didn't look. It looked better than this, I think.
Weird sci-fi tunnels were made by the Menders to try and kind of reconnect the world after the nuclear apocalypse just shattered everything. But a lot of.
But I was very interested in this one. That game actually looked dope.
They don't really understand what those cultures are around, so they think like cassettes and floppies were of significance. They use them as like common currency and things like that.
Oh, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, there are a lot of them laying around.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin just picked up an endo mutation.
Yeah, so we have these sort of exo mutations like the firearm, and we have a whole separate system for endo mutations that come from interacting with these various Mender machines. And you can have any number of those, and they're kind of like passive abilities. So you see, we found this. You can also find communities out in the wasteland. This is a group of people called the Cathode Raiders, and they're really obsessed with 80s technology and the 4:3 aspect ratio.
That's probably what it was, man.
Who doesn't love that? But they, sometimes they'll have little side quests for you to do, and so in this case, they wanted their fire lit, and hey, Kevin happened to have a firearm, so he could light it for them.
Right.
And that just feels like it was planned, but it was
random.
Yeah, it's very serendipitous. Wow.
So we didn't really want the community interactions. Our game isn't about people shooting other people and arguing over resources. It's really about everyone kind of wants the world fixed, if you will,
Yeah.
And they each have their own obsessions and their own way of dealing with this sort of issue.
And I was gonna say, like, even it's a post-apocalypse. It's quite colorful, and it's not like a dreary sort of apocalypse that kind of used to.
Yeah, there's that post-apocalyptic wasteland. That's kind of a common trope, but you guys sort of took this whole new take on it. In my mind, is like regrowing this, adding this beauty back into that. Can you talk even more about that?
Yeah, for sure. So I think one of the things that we thought about when kind of coming up of our take on it.
I want to see the snakehead mutation is what I want to see.
Yeah, if I can get up to it.
You can get up. Try the TV there to your right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so we've got these secret interiors you can find. So this one took a floppy key, and how he sort of discovered a little bomb shelter. So, you know, we have a lot of little hidden things.
I played like 30 hours of this back in the office, and I have not seen a single one. So
We've got a lot of hidden stuff in the game.
Wow.
So he found another cathode ray.
Dang.
His brother Ampere, who's been sort of trapped down here, and he's like really. So when you know, we try to make any of the interactions, and he gives you a floppy as like a thank you for helping rescue him. You know, we try to make all the interactions with other people positive. You know, because on some level, there's this meta arc that goes over the whole game, and as you finish a successful run, you get a story drop, and all of these communities you find and interact across all of our biomes ultimately all play a part in kind of saving the world.
New Elite Controller gives you the ability to control. Yeah, dude, like, the Elite Controller is one of the dopest things, like, ever.
So yeah, whether it's adding a
Here's the
flower,
deal.
a piece of grass to a barren spot of dirt on the micro level,
Okay,
macro, the whole
I have
story,
this
it all
Xbox
has
controller.
that growth and rebirth and everyone working
I have this
together.
Xbox
Really
controller.
cool apocalyptic angle, I think.
I have this Xbox controller.
When we started making this game,
I got about 3 more in my living room.
You know, and I think we sort of have this.
And I also had one of these.
That's still very relevant.
You catch my drift here, BJ?
Older generations, these older civilizations have kind of destroyed it and left it to rot. And who's going to
my kids are not very
that all the hope is placed in these
easy on controllers here. I've literally had 7 Xbox One controllers,
so not just following orders.
and every single one has had a problem with it. Like, every single one's had a problem with it.
That's what it is.
That sounds a little
It's an epidemic in my house.
It's that same,
So,
you know, it's the same sort of play, but that really
for me to get a Elite controller and spend that much on it, like, I gotta lock that thing in a safe. Like, I gotta lock it up because my kids will destroy it. They will destroy it.
You know, started to regrow. That little trickle of hope in there.
Digital Foundry already put out a Witcher 3 Switch versus PS Pro compare. Oh, is it that much of a difference?
Now, so Kevin is activated those respirators, and we've gotten into this.
Yeah, dude. Like, I feel like
you know, all of our mutants.
I have so many controllers. I would love to have an Elite controller just because, but yo,
alpha versions of them.
Like,
The alpha version he's fighting here, they have, of course, a lot more health.
It's
They
gonna be
have
crazy.
Extra moves, or extra abilities, or attacks that the base ones don't have. So this guy's got. This is an enemy we call the Smushroom, because it kind of looks like a mushroom and it smashes itself down.
Yeah, I could see,
Kevin got it.
Yeah.
He's a pro.
Ranged exo mutation can be really helpful for that fight.
it's not bad, really. Another impressive port. I'll have to check out that comparison because
I guess devour the heart. I would never think of it that way. If you absorb
I can't believe they got that game on the Switch, bro. I cannot believe they got. Like I even doubted it, right? I even doubted it. I got, you know, shout out to, you know, Player Essence and all those dudes there saying, yeah, it's possible, it's coming. It's coming. It's like, well, if panic button's not doing it, I don't see how it's possible, and they weren't doing it. And then apparently, bam, E3, Witcher 3, like, oh my gosh. So they're aiming for 30. Well, I mean, very well they should aim for 30 because that's probably what the most you're gonna get out of it on the Switch. But still.
Fruits growing in your grass trail and pick them, and if you eat them right away, it gives you an immediate benefit. But if you save them and go back to town, you could plant them and find out and see if something happens. We won't spoil it all.
I love it.
So, you know, but we leave that to the player, whether they like to kind of control that flow as much as possible. You want to go back?
Yeah,
you
take a
just keep
breather,
going forward.
deposit some money in the crazy ATM connected to a spelling machine, whatever. Or just keep on rolling.
Yeah, Kevin's feeling confident. Don't need to go back to town.
Yeah, we'll see. So, you know, we have. As we play the game, the biomes progress. And we have sort of.
Speaking of which, we got merch.
Biome kind of vaguely themed. So we're in the kind of the craft.
Nightbot just said it right there. Click on those and check out the new merch.
Biomes can have,
Studio Nicktendo shirts are now available. I do like those.
Can really mix up the
I actually really love those shirts. They're my own. I want to get one of them for myself because they look pretty dope.
There's just so many different elements. So, like, there's no way a single run could be anywhere near the same. It's just going to be, wow.
It's quite a bit different.
Right.
Now, you know, you can get multiple mutations, so probably somewhere in this level, Kevin's character will mutate again, and we'll see how that works with fire. And sometimes you wind up getting 2 mutations that work beautifully together. Sometimes they're a little more challenging together. Sometimes you even have hidden combos where you can kind of use them together to get a whole new ability.
So pretty much you could play this game forever and still not find every single combination.
That's what we're aiming for, forever. You see that Kev was demonstrating there too that, you know, Firearm has this fireball use, but if you ground pound and use your mutation button, it actually leaves a fire propagation like circle that you can kind of use for defense. to kind of kite enemies through. And that's just sort of like a, you know, a small example of kind of a hidden combo that you only have while you have firearm.
Yeah, and I love that about roguelikes like this, where you have these mutations. You never know when you're going to have a certain combination of weapon or ability with a certain enemy. So even
See, as long as it's not over the place on frame rate, it should be decently playable. It's based on the trailer, though, so I don't think they'll really. Yeah, I feel that way too. I don't think they'll get a real comparison. I thought the same way. Like, if they had the copy of the game, it'd be dope. But
just some of the basic terrain shapes you see in this level, we happen to have a lot of mountain shapes. And in the first level, we didn't. It was pretty flat, and that's random. You know, we have totally different terrain sets even within the same biome. So.
Oh snap! Let me see his picture, BJ.
Interesting one because, you know,
Yo, those custom sticks are fire.
But some mutations, we have mutations like wings that will let you kind of flap all the way up to the
Yo, how do those work? Because I've never had an Elite controller. Those custom sticks, like,
blew my mind. Yeah.
do they make it that much better? It's supposed to be all on cart, which is pretty amazing. Yo, that's dope.
Increases not only the power of your ground pounds, but also let you access.
Yeah, you know what? That's gonna have to be a cart game for me because I don't think I'll be able to. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty decent sized game to download digitally, right? The Witcher 3 is gonna be huge. That's gonna have to be a cart game for me if I do get it. It's gonna have to be a cart game.
He's kind of narrating what's going on, so it's kind of there for comedic relief a bit. You know, he kind of just. We just thought it's funny, like even our pause menu and stuff. He just says every menu name. He's just like pause or. You know, and we recorded like all these alternate takes on the lines. Every time you hit pause, it sounds different, or start a game.
I would have loved to be in the room for that.
Yeah, we need 50 takes on pause. Go. But the idea there is that, you know, he's kind of ostensibly guiding you through this experience. You know, from afar.
They're using a 32 gigabyte cart, and it's amazing that they got it that small. For real, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're using a 32 gigabyte cart, which we finally got, like, that is
descriptions and dialogue, right, where they're telling you what
nuts
happened in history, and it's completely wrong.
That they got a game to be that small. Like,
terms that might have been used
I imagine it's gonna max out the whole cart.
To bring the player good fortune.
There's no way I can download that. Rip my SD card if I do that.
That's right.
Yeah, dude, the game is huge on other systems. Stitch, huge.
Yeah,
those are shallow control freaks. I only use the right one. But I like is that the stick is as big around as a nickel for that fat. For real. I don't have fat fingers, but I do appreciate that. Here's the deal, man. I feel like this controller right here, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, is probably one of the best controllers I've ever used. This controller is amazing. It feels great. I love these controllers. If they came out with a Nintendo Switch Pro Elite controller, that would be nuts.
There's various other ways to use
that would be nuts.
But that's something you can.
Dude, these are great. I love these.
You never know when you might need to go back and get some health back. You're totally right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of one of the ways, you know, because we kind of invested a lot of time in creating a bigger sense of world, we wanted to make sure there was a lot of things that players could do for exploration, not just, you know, combat from room to room combat. We wanted to have just a little richer place to kind of find secrets and little things like the fruit.
What were the Nightbot? That wasn't Nightbot. That was YouTube.
It's pretty challenging.
I have no clue why I had to prove that, but yeah, that was YouTube. That wasn't Nightbot that time. That was YouTube.
Games we've done at Double Fine, and you know, there's always a balance between.
I just missed the back paddle that I'm used to from the Elite.
Player wants a new experience each time, but you can't really balance it so it's the same experience.
See, I don't know if I'd utilize the paddles that much if I use a control. I'm more of a simple gamer. I'm not like going all out here. That had to have been it. That had to have been it. I don't go all out. So like I don't know if I get a good use out of an Elite controller. I could, but I don't know if I would.
I died, this mutant stole all of my money, and I had an acid pool, and the game was over.
But I wonder how much of a difference it would make if I played for like
something along the way, right?
Because I know they have the hairline triggers. Like,
one of those.
I wonder how much of a difference it would make.
This will kind of
playing.
So you can see this way, you gave me fire.
I know it's gonna be funny things, but playing sports titles like playing Madden or 2K for games that have mad latency where every second matters. I wonder how much of a difference an Elite controller would make.
All damage, but you don't have to use health potions. So you can see in there.
I use one paddle jump button with my middle finger. Got you.
That Kevin is activating one of the 3 respirators, but he's still got 2 to find. Let's see if Kevin can do it in time so we can see the boss. This is a traveling merchant here. This is a little character we call Eli, and he's a potion kind of expert. So he sold Kevin's character a potion that when he ingested it gave him an endo mutation. So we have like different ways you can get him. So he got hot foot, which means he can now walk on fire and take no damage.
Sounds like a fire thematic going on here.
Yeah, it's just just the way it stacks up. We'll see. All right, so he just took a rad potion, which gave him enough rads that he mutated again. So
gnarly.
Did he get like
gnarly?
He got like giant goat legs or something.
He's got tree trunk legs.
Oh,
if you
right.
will.
Sorry.
So he's Groot now. So he's Groot now. My kid can yell. Hold on, be right back.
Freezes the game as it is and lets you kind of rotate around and see your character up close. So it's kind of fun. You can even like be in the middle of a combat move or something and pause it and get a.
Can we see a little jump kick pause?
The jump, yeah, the karate kick pause is always. There you go. So we've got a long pause.
So
that time.
quickly again, so our character started off relatively normal. We've added a arm made out of fire. We've got tree trunk legs. We've got I can't even keep track. That's awesome.
And what Gnarly will do, so Gnarly is a slightly different, you know, the firearm, of course, is like a direct damage range thing. Gnarly is kind of a crowd control style mutation. When you use it near a mutant, it'll send out vines into the world and hold them in place where they can't move for a short period of time.
Sorry about that. Kids were getting too hyped. They were playing Minecraft. My kids have been killing Minecraft lately, and they yell about everything. It's pretty funny, but you all can hear them in the stream. So
Gnarly will also make them momentarily flammable because it's kind of
just came back to Mars after fighting demons in hell. Oh, you're playing Doom? Okay.
That only exists when you have these two mutations.
This has a zombies ate my neighbors vibe to it. I never played that game, but I'll take your word for it.
He's like creating those like.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah. Burning up the foliage. He just put down.
And Gnarly is one of those that, you know, is a little trickier to use, say, than Firearm because its use is a lot more timing and radius based with crowd control. But so some players are, you know, we've had this closed beta and gotten a lot of feedback on our mutations. And some players are like, oh, I don't really like this one as much in the early levels. But then
I mean, we're really just hanging out. Like it's just they're showing all the indie games
so you
and
kind of learn. You know, like, well, maybe...
Bro, great chat. I'll hit you up about the collab piece. But all right, BJ, man, have a great day.
We do give the players
hit me up. We'll get it done.
Even though they can't, say, start a run necessarily and pick the exact mutation they want, there are machines...
This is that rad game that they showed
at
the indie.
Or let them level them up further. And so the player, you know, can kind of like...
This is one of the games I actually liked when they showed it.
Their destiny. Or like you saw, buy potions that then give them mutations as well. So... Kevin only found one respirator. Oh, and there's another little hidden secret there. You notice that door embedded in the wall there.
Yeah, I don't know if these enemies are going to let me take a moment for that.
Yeah.
But I love that Kevin's kind of using everything at his disposal.
He is,
right?
yeah.
Melee, his exo, endo, everything.
I wish they would revive it with Splatoon visuals. You talking about this game here?
This is our cave system, so we have a whole nother set of procedural.
Or are you talking about Zombie? Ate my neighbors.
These are kind of some of the most difficult interiors, and you see they have sort of albino versions of mutants that live in here because they don't ever see the light, you know, and they're sort of translucent and creepy,
Gotcha.
The difficulty can really ramp up in the caves because they're totally optional. But I don't want to spoil all the secrets, but there's some pretty cool things you can find.
Don't play Cadence of Hyrule. I'll be mad.
But we're not going to.
I don't know. Just don't. I want to play it first.
We're going to try and get to the boss if we can.
Yes. Oh yeah, we're gonna find that boss.
Thing called PayPal.
Risky.
Yeah. Oh, there's a respirator. So you see that that plant there is called a throbber, and what you just saw is an enemy shoot one of his friends because he tried to hit the player, missed him, hit that, it bounced off, and
that's why I just told him. I go, man. I go, it's hot here. I had to turn on the fan.
One of his beauty pals. So.
This is a good example of you.
Its son must be killing his house then because
raise that respirator.
Yeah, you know, because we don't lock the player in rooms, you know, which is kind of the mechanic of a lot of our roguelites. You're like, well, the door isn't open until you kill everyone.
Yeah.
You know, we want the player to have a little more free-form combat, use the environment, use cover, get on things, do ground pounds off elevation, but they still have to use some tactics. You can't just like run past all the enemies and, you know, turn on that and just, you know, that's a really tricky proposition too because you only mutate as you get the sort of the rads from the mutants. So, you know, you can speedrun our game. We have a daily challenge mode and that's you know, kind of our community connection, and that's a fun one because
Man, they're showing off a lot of this game. Like, I'm over them showing this off now already. Like, you moved on to the next one. They've literally showed this game the longest.
Mutate less and maybe not find health potions.
Right. It's really
that's exciting. I love a daily speedrun challenge, so that's like right in my alley.
Yeah, and we have daily challenges.
Oh, I didn't put it there.
We also have a quirk system in our game. And a quirk is something that in the daily challenge is randomly assigned. So sometimes you get no quirk, it's a standard rule. Sometimes you get a quirk that's things like, we have one called Glass Cannon, where you double damage.
Exactly, like, yo, I think we get the fact that this game's about. Like, you don't have to explain everything. We understand there's a lot of mutations. Leave it for some surprise for us if we do play this game.
Speed is buffed, and there's more health drops. You just have to constantly keep moving. So, you know, we kind of throw those curveballs at the community in our daily challenge mode.
How much fun did you and your team have just designing and putting names and adding all these amazing puns?
Like, they're trying to get to a boss. This is the funny thing. I think they're trying to get to a boss before their time is up. That's the problem. And they can't get to a boss. Like,
mutations and all the consumables and all the artifacts. And so if you're
yeah, I was way sold on this game back when it released.
And a little sort of backstory, lore description from each of those things, and it's kind of a fun kind of, you know, meta game.
Like, I feel like this dude does not know where the boss is.
A little bit more
I feel like he's lost.
The world and the environment and the lore, yeah.
This map is not being kind.
Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna have time to quite get to the boss today, but I will say that, like, you know,
see, yeah, they're trying to get to the boss, they can't get to him.
Get full boss. And the full bosses are also totally randomized, so the player knows, like, oh, it'll probably be this type of boss, but they don't know for sure what they're gonna get.
Cool. Well, I mean, if you think we're a little bit too far from the boss, I think that's a great place to stop. You know, leave a little something for people to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys have a little bit more info about sort of what the game's coming and a little bonus to talk about.
Yeah, the game will be out on August 20th. And we have a pre-order bonus that we just announced the other day that I'd like to talk about. That's pretty cool. So
yeah, so I think we've got some art here up. You can see that's the stream feed over there.
So the pre-order bonus comes with 2 unique character styles. So we have that's Turbo on the left and Glitch on the right. And you'll notice that they're also wearing some Bandai Namco licensed arcade game properties. So we were managed to work with, they're our publisher of this game. We've worked with them to get Pac-Man and Dig Dug and Galaga and other properties actually in the game. So the arcade bat is also part of the pre-order bonus, and it plays like actual coin-op sounds from those properties as you hit mutants, and they kind of pixelate and de-res. So that's all part of the pre-order bonus. Those 2 characters.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
When I saw that Pac-Man immediately, right, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I love that. And when can we expect? I think you guys have a launch date, so can you just remind everyone what that is?
We'll be out on August 20th.
August 20th.
And we're looking forward to it.
They already said that, but okay, August 20th.
I think Kevin's still hunting for that boss, but
give it up, Kevin.
But really, Kevin, Lee, I really want to thank you guys from coming by from Double Fine Productions. Vincent, thank you. And you guys don't go anywhere. Nintendo E3 Treehouse Live Indie Day rolls on. We are coming right back with a look at the Dark Crystal's Age of Resistance Tactics. So stay tuned.
That Dark Crystal game? Poor dude, he really did want to show that boss. Like, he was like, yo, we got to get there. Like, yo, but you took too long. You was too busy BS and showing us all the other stuff. Man, I feel like it'd be a lot of fun to be there right now. Like, here's the deal. This E3 was lackluster. I would have been the dude to show up, like, for these kind of days, not like the main events. Like, I would have been cheap and bought tickets just for the Treehouse stuff. That's what's fun to me. Like, going to those events and stuff, yeah, that's cool, but just to be there, run all these people and check all these games out, I feel like that'd be, like, the best part. Maybe next year. Like, maybe next year, maybe, you know, we just got to grow these channels, you know, grow them up, and then we can actually be there. That's all it takes. It takes support from y'all and, you know, growing the channel. I'm gonna bust my butt to make that happen. Like, you know what I thought about doing? Like, I wonder if there's a way for me to take the Studio Nicktendo songs and, like, play them out live in different venues. Like, I would love to make that happen. I thought about that, like, actually going out and playing those songs live. That's a thought. Right. Maybe we'll do that and sell some merch, Nintendo Super Studio Nintendo merch at concert shows and stuff. That'd be dope. I might try that one day. I know a buddy of mine hit me up and it's actually like, yo, if you want to play these live, let me know. I'm definitely down to play them. So I was like, bet. Johnny from New Lingo. The long-haired. I think he was the bass player. Then he became, yeah, he was the bass player. All right. What? This has been so much fun. I really wish I could have saw yesterday's stuff. Did you see that rumor that Final Fantasy VII remaster might be getting a what? Oh, the Final Fantasy VIII. Okay. I didn't see that rumor. I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be all digital. Like, how mad you gotta be whenever that thing comes and says, thank you for playing, and you're like, yo. What you mean, thank you for playing? Like, what do you mean, thanks for playing?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2019. I'm Audrey. I'm here with Kirk from
Hello,
our Publisher
Audrey.
and Developer Relations team, and we have some very special guests with us today. We have Dave for Bonus XP and David from NMAS Entertainment, and we're very excited that we're about to take a look at the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance tactics. So let's just dive right into this world, huh?
Right. So David's going to take a look at our character lineup here for our party.
Isn't this a Netflix game?
Is a turn-based strategy game similar to the turn-based strategy games that you remember from the old school tactics days. We've got a party of 3 characters here. And
Like, isn't this the Netflix game? Okay, that's what I thought.
And we'll come into it. We'll get a little bit of a cinematic feel for what's going to happen.
Forgot to ask, which cameras do you use on these feeds? I use the Razer
lovable Fizzgig is in the
Keo.
here, and
That's the webcam I use. Is the Razer Keo. 1080, 60 frames per second. It's a great webcam. That's what it's also what I do to record the
Skeksis like to eat a lot
live
of
tracks
creatures in the dark
whenever I do the Studio Nintendo stuff. I do need a real camera though, because you can tell I'm using a webcam. I'd like to have a real camera, but until I can actually have the means to do that, I'm using the webcam until we get it.
It's actually based on the Netflix series that is coming out later this year.
Netflix has a new series based on the classic movie. Okay.
We have the season content is in the game. You can play through those missions. Whether you want to play through exactly like it plays out in the show, or you want to pick different characters and play through your own way, you can do that. But we also have a lot of extra content, side quests, arenas, and different things that you can do, even a new game plus mode when you finish the original game, that lets you kind of really dig in and love the world of Thra the way that.
Why does this movie sound like E.T.?
To find and explore in the world. David's kind of waiting for the enemies to make their move here.
That just sounded like E.T.
Yeah, we're harkening back to the old school tactics days, kind of bringing that forward, modernizing it. With this awesome IP that has all this lore that we can dig into, all these creatures that people have seen and some that they haven't. There's so much that the Henson Company has in this franchise, it's actually really fun to dive in and see all the different things.
That there's a Dark Crystal game in 2019 is completely mind-boggling. Here's the deal: I've never known anything about Dark Crystal, so for me, this is a new thing. I didn't know that. I like when they showed that, I was like, "What is this?" And everybody on my stream was like, "You never heard of Dark Crystal?" And I'm like, "Nope, nope, not at all."
We do actually. So there's a little fireball there that David flew from Florette, one of her special abilities. The Chamberlain's buffing those guys now. But we actually have been out at the Henson Company a couple of times. We've gone to the Creature Workshop. We've actually worked with them to get some of the dimensions from the puppets from the show.
But this does remind me of some games I used to play when I was younger. Heroes of Might and Magic. That whole turn-based strategy, move around the stage RPG. This also reminds me a little bit of
some of those puppets in real time. And we actually used that
Rabbids.
to change
Mario Rabbids.
build our characters.
Just that whole strategy. And also that new Digimon game that's supposed to be coming out. Digimon Survive, that's what it's supposed to be like. It's supposed to be like this too. Fire Emblem, those sorts of games.
A little bit of CG in the new series from Netflix, but so much of it is done with the puppets, and that iconic look is really critical to fans who love the franchise. So we wanted to really capture the way that felt in the game.
Yeah, it really is. It's a beloved franchise, and seeing that melding of the puppets that we remember from the original movie and modern technology is really, it looks like it's really going to bring that world to life. And to see that detail brought into this game, you folks are really doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, our art team has dived into this with a huge passion.
I need to get a GameCube and play Path of Radiance. Everybody keeps telling me play Path of Radiance. That one's absolutely amazing.
Genre was his idea to do with the Dark Crystal. When we talked about doing it, he said we have to do a tactics game, and I guess we had to. That's cool. But the artists have really enjoyed working with this franchise that for a lot of us have loved for 30+ years, and it's fun to be even just a little part of bringing it to life in a way that will extend what people can see on the Netflix series. But also,
there it is again. There's that ET's theme.
Tactical strategy games. Hopefully, we can introduce the Dark Crystal to those people too.
That's so cool. So the actual models that you see here in the game are the actual models from the TV series, which
not
is
not
so
the
cool.
actual models. Those are frankly too high detail because those are made for film. So we're building everything for the game, and we do have to make a few concessions to gameplay. A good example for the purists, they'll note that Boggy, our Fizzgig, is a little bit larger than he would be in the show. If he was the same size as he was in the show, he would be this tiny little dot that you would have a very hard time seeing when you played them. So we're working with...
Oh, it is? I guess because it's a collector's item?
...to the original source material, faithful to the things in the new show, and it feels like the Dark Crystal all the way through, even though we obviously have to make some concessions to playability.
Yeah, finding that balance of being true to this original vision, this world that so many people are absolutely in love with, and making an actually playable, enjoyable game is no small feat. But you guys really did a good job, and you can just see the way the characters are moving. It just brings all of that to life.
Yeah, well, the art team will be very happy to hear that. Back when we were talking there, David threw a fireball from Florette, but it worked a little bit differently because of the elevation. So
elevation matters in this.
Yeah, it's actually one of the big critical things. Everybody always wants the high ground, and we certainly want that same thing in our game here. So the elevation changes the way that fireball works. It gives it a bigger area of effect, so you can take out a lot more of the enemy. We've actually defeated the castle guard here, so story-wise, the Chamberlain's going to run off and go to a different area. We'll follow him. This is still very early in development, so we don't have all the bits and pieces in. But we do can talk about the job system here.
Jeez, I'm about to find it though. I do have a Wii. My Wii actually has a built-in GameCube. Instead of getting a GameCube, I might just get the cords for the Wii and just use the Wii. And just put the GameCube games in the Wii. I never thought about that. I was like, I need to get a GameCube because I have a GameCube back here, and I just need to get the wires for it. But now I also have the Wii here, so it's like I may not have to do either one of those things. I just may just get the wires and then be done. Get a controller. And just play them that way.
One of the things that they can do is they can fly. So if you're a fan of the Dark Crystal, you know that all the females in...
I can get that converter for the HDMI from
And
whatever, the HDMI,
this is a good example of how we've gamified
the component to HDMI
if we let
converter.
all the females fly all the time, we know that this would be a game full of females, and that's all anybody would want to play. So that's not quite what we want. So we've made that we put that into the job.
Maybe do a Super Mario Sunshine stream.
The Bowmaster is essentially a sniper that can fly. She has that power shot there that has a really cool benefit that's actually not called out on this screen. We'll talk about it a little bit later. And so we'll pick that because the map that we're going to is the quarry. And from taking a look at that picture or knowing that what the level is, it's something that has a lot of height variation. And
I'm pretty sure at my mom's house, I still have my original Wind Waker copy somewhere in that house.
And if I'm ranged and
I need to go look for it.
It's over.
You got me.
That's it.
Right?
Well,
I think I got a lot of my original GameCube games still there
will be
too.
The one that you want to play. So
sweet.
Here's a little in-game cutscene. Again, still working on how this sorts out, but the Chamberlain has captured another Fizzgig, so we need to go save them. We can't let the Fizzgigs die.
That's just not nice.
And one of the castle guards, is carrying that off, and we have to catch them and defeat them before they get off the level. So,
okay.
It's a little bit of a turn-based pressure. We don't want to say time because you can take as long as you want to make your moves. But if we take too many turns, then they'll escape and we'll lose the level.
I love the way you.
All right, I'm over this already too.
Kind of like a set piece. So you
Definitely over this already.
Your idea of the layout and kind of the objectives. It's really neat.
Yeah, so you've actually stumbled into one of the big debates that we have right now. Like you said, the game is still in development. We certainly would love any feedback from fans, but this is a very honest way to portray the game world.
Sure.
Everything you see, you can move around on. But it's we can put a skybox behind it and expand the level out and make it look a little bit more fully engrossing, but it gets a little bit more hard to play. You don't quite see where the game world ends. And the debate is raging between Bonus and NMass right now of people on both sides talking about what we want to do and how we want that to look. So he's moved Florette down. She has a new outfit because of her different job. We can take a look at the command wheel there. Up is about movement. To the right, we have attack, and we have two powers at the bottom. As you upgrade the characters, additional abilities will fill in those extra spots, and eventually you'll, if you go all the way with the job, you'll have all 8 slots. You'll be able to do something with those.
I love the ambient animations that are on each of the characters. They're just not like little chess pieces. They actually move around.
Yeah, we call those the board animations.
Yeah.
And it's actually one of the fun things that the animators can do to go put a lot of life and energy and personality in the different characters. And it's not entirely apparent, I think, here until you can see some more of the content.
Today, Thursday?
Board animations are actually one of the elements that change out based on the different jobs that you pick. So, there'll be jobs are primarily for the hardcore strategy folks about the abilities and the stats, but those things are also impacted by the gear that you can equip. There's a gear model in the game. We're not showing that off today, but you can equip different weapons and whatnot. A Netflix show takes place about 100 years before the movie. So when that trailer dropped a couple of weeks ago, it gave people a glimpse into what the show is going to look like and the different Gelfling clans.
Okay.
So there's 7 Gelfling clans. They don't all get along as much as you might like.
This is one of those things where you have to get the source material, I think. The base gameplay and design looks good for what they're doing. Yeah, it's just like, yo, and I'm just over it. It's not my cup of tea. Like
some of the other characters, Fizzgigs for sure. There's another playable class of character that we're not yet ready to talk about. But with those different 3 races, you'll be able to do different things based on where they come from.
That's cool.
And as you mentioned, the game and the show take place 100 years in the past based on the original movie. So it must have been a lot of fun to play in this world that looked so different from what fans have already seen.
Yeah, actually, we've had, like so we've been working with the Henson Company and Netflix. We've had the scripts for a while. We've seen all the concept art, a lot of the puppeteer tests and things like that.
We're jealous. Go on.
So we knew what was coming, and working on secret projects like this. It's both a blessing and a curse. We've got paper all over the windows of our office, and nobody can come in. And if they do, we have to shut off all the work. But it was really exciting for us to finally have people know what the Dark Crystal world 100 years before the movie looked like, because it's very different.
Right.
It's this verdant, green, lush expanse of all these creatures and all these really cool environmental different.
Oh snap! Josh sending his drum tracks.
And that's something that we'll be able to plumb here and showcased very well in the game.
And I'm sure fans.
The new
wanna
song.
know, I mean, if they were to work
Mhm.
at Bonus XP, they would already know how the show ends and all the everything that happens.
That is true. We have quite a few NDAs that they have to sign.
Wow.
But we are certainly interested if people are fans of the Dark Crystal. We're also working on some other titles like Stranger Things. They can certainly hit us up, and we're always interested in future people.
I think there's no shortage of Dark Crystal fans.
No, all the more reason to get into game development is to like get behind the scenes on your favorite IP.
It's actually been amazing. Like we don't always have the best perspective because we're obviously.
What's up, Salty bro? Simon, what's up, man? And War Group is better, probably. Right now I'm just sitting here texting on Twitter, whatever. Like I said, we're watching this indie stuff. It's okay. Just BSing for the most part. I'm upset that I missed day 2 of the Treehouse event because I didn't get to catch like all the games I wanted to see. I was too busy recording my music for Metal Gear Solid and stuff, so didn't get to. Yo, Nick was watching alone, just wanted Dark Crystal today on.
Game is that
Really?
if you watch
Nice.
The show, if you play this game, you'll get to see scenarios that aren't in the show. You'll get to meet
You still in YouTube streaming prison?
you wouldn't get to experience just by watching the show. So it's really a great way to either complement
Like-
the show or just something to experience on its own.
I can't believe they haven't fixed it yet, dude. This is that Dark Crystal game that they showed at the first part of the direct. So this is the Dark Crystal game, and then they're also coming out with the is it a show or is it a movie on Netflix?
Shown in the pregame is that if she gets a crit, she actually gets an extra attack.
Ooh, yeah.
And elevation matters, like we talked about before. So if she gets a crit, or if she's higher elevation, she gets a better chance for a crit. So that actually plays into gameplay, and she can fly, so she can get on top of those boulders that we can move around. She can fly down and get on some of those scaffolding, and she can kind of actually hang herself out in the middle of nowhere if you don't watch it, because she has so much mobility. Some players try to rush down and attack the.
Yeah, it's a show on Netflix, but this is their Dark Crystal, the game they're making.
If you're good enough, I think you can pull that off, but most of the time, it's really.
So far, I'm over it. They've kind of showed the basis of what it is, so I'm over what they're showing so far.
Strike right there.
To come in and.
Speaking of tactical games, did anybody ever play? I did not play that.
With Kevin and Boggy.
I mean, yeah, I've noticed that the tactical games are making a comeback, but I did not play that one, Simon.
You interact with the
Movie was good. Might pick this up now. Love strategy games. By the way, Nick, if you want, Nintendo YouTube has day 2 up by game. Yeah, I'll probably go back and watch those.
It's so our chief designer is Bruce Shelley from Civilization, Railroad Tycoon, a bunch of the people at
Would have loved to stream it though.
Worked together at Ensemble Studios with Bruce. And so Bruce always talks about we put a lot in the box. And in the old days, there actually was a box. Nowadays, it's a virtual box. But that philosophy still remains for the types of games that we make. We want a lot of depth in there. And so there isn't just one way to play this level. If David rotates the camera around, we can see those torches up to the top there. They were showing kind of the easy way down that mount, the quarry, but that was filled with guards, right? So you could go down that way, but you're going to have to fight. He's kind of taken the back way down, and you can use some of those boulders to create new paths for your fellow teammates to come down. In the first level that we played, there were those columns, and you can knock those over.
It is.
Of course, they crush everything.
Oh, the parade Saturday, by the way.
Over and across
And everybody at work is calling out. It's going to be bad at work. I'm not going to work. They were supposed to have Saturday off, and they scheduled it. So now people at work are going to be calling out, going to that parade. I'm already off. I'm off already, but we definitely might have to go to that parade.
People can finish the game, and I'm going to go play again, but I'm going to play through this way. I'm going to take my character and get these upgrades,
right.
or I'm going to play the levels and try to get all the collectibles. There's a collectible kind of secreted off on the side there, and kind of hard to see as we scroll over. Yeah, you can see they're guarding that chest over there.
Oh, that's cool.
So if there's a
really it's Saturday, that way we can make a trip out of all of
that
it.
you don't have to get during normal gameplay.
You don't have to get it.
Leave it alone.
And honestly,
no, you have to get it.
Well,
you're that kind of gamer.
Yeah, we want
Get a poncho.
to have things that they can go get. But it's definitely.
This is the last game they're showing, is it? I think so, but man, like.
Saving the Fizz gig to go get that, and we like those optional objectives.
And after that, I'll play probably Cadence of Hyrule a little bit.
Different things for them to do.
Speaking of, let me get the thumbnail ready.
Thank you.
rooted right now.
Yeah,
She got hit by
I
Archer,
will.
So she's
Wife's over here gotten the
stuck
Switch.
here
And I
for now,
said, playing Cadence of Hyrule. She was like, you will, huh? I was like, yeah, I
All that
will.
mobility is gone because she's rooted.
So Kevin has this really cool thing called Reckless Blow, where he can take a little bit of damage himself and get an extra attack bonus for his attack. So Boggy just got rooted there by that archer attack as well. And I guess the enemy really doesn't like that boulder. That's the joys of showing a game before it's all the way finished. Is the AI maybe doesn't.
Big sale going on Nintendo for real?
He's making the enemy think that the boulder is an enemy.
What sale are they doing right now? You bought your friend Pedro? Yeah, I just got Cadence of Hyrule. I'm definitely gonna be showing that off. I'm definitely gonna be playing that here in a minute because my wife says really, I'm gonna be playing it in a minute because the game looks like so much fun. It was the first game they showed, and it was the most it was by far the most impressive game they showed so far today.
Oh, there's flight
In the Treehouse event. So
obviously
yeah, we're definitely playing it.
Feature. We have to balance it. So she doesn't have. She can't
How much was my friend Pedro?
We talked earlier about she has less magic. And the Bowmaster is one of the upgraded jobs. You have to work a little bit to unlock that one.
Oh snap! What happened to my feed? Did I lose internet? Nope.
So she doesn't have. She can't do as many spells. We talked earlier about
17 on sale, $3 off. It's not a huge sale, but well worth it. Especially since then the game. When did the game come to Switch? Well, rip stream, I guess. I don't know what in the world's going on. All of a sudden.
Getting worried about our little friend over there.
So we're just gonna go ahead and move it to 720. Apparently the 1080 feed doesn't want to work.
Get over there. You can see the turn order in the top left of the screen.
Oh snap! It's a pre-order. Okay.
Display. But as each character moves, they move around in the turn order. We have a really cool feature for people that are very micromanagey. If you don't take your second action,
Give it to me. Let's get it to
you
right
actually
here.
don't use up all of your speed, which is how you get to go next. So if
Fine
you,
with
if
it?
you
What
have
are you talking about? I drank it at the
over, then
thing.
You can use that to kind of
Oh.
change the turn order if you want. And because you can't walk through enemies and you can use them to block and things like that, that can become very important in some of the later levels. If you're playing on the harder difficulty, for example, to kind of have those very specific tweaks that you make to your turn.
Now, do you have? Will the user be able to select a difficulty level out of the gate?
Yes.
Okay, so as you're playing through the campaign, and the campaign, I assume, follows the TV show.
Well, it's as Audrey mentioned earlier, we have all these side quests. So the campaign, it has a really cool world map. It's one of the most fun things to work on is taking the world of Thra and all the different clan areas that are on the map and showing those on the world and unlocking them as you make your way through. The story will snake its way through the world. And then you'll unlock this side quest, and you can go down there. And if you want to do that,
I know. I saw that it was $3, so I really am considering grabbing it. $3 for NBA 2K is kind of a steal.
Party members that you can unlock.
Like it really is. My friend Pedro is the only game I have ever easily pre-ordered.
All the way, so you'll be able to follow the
For real?
TV show.
That's the only game?
Be able to fulfill those wishes and play the season the way that they want to play it. But we also want to show them all this extra season plus content. This extra things in the world that happen when maybe some characters go sort of off screen and do some things. We'll have a little 2 or 3 mission arc where they can go figure out play through this thing that happens outside the series. And then also arena levels that you can play repeatedly to kind of level up and use them to unlock new abilities for the characters.
Wow, it's a lot of content, a lot of things to do in this
It is
game.
a lot of content.
Yes.
I think one of the reasons that we love gaming so much is being able to immerse yourself in all of these different worlds. And so being able to do that in the world of the Dark Crystal is just something really special. And especially coming from people who clearly love the property.
We've had a lot of fun, and it's been a blast working with Netflix and the Henson Company to bring this to life in a different medium than we're used to seeing the Dark Crystal. And the show I think really presents a much broader view of the world before the events of the movie, and that there's so much there that people will be able to see. And you mentioned the trailer that like kind of blew people away with all the stuff that's in there, and it's been a blast. It's hard to keep it all kind of penned up, and you really can't talk about everything
Don't
yet.
try.
Well, to that end, to allay any concerns, this level is not part of the game. We know that fans are not going to want the show spoiled for them. So, as we demo the game before the show comes out, we're using content that we've set aside exclusively to not spoil the series. So, we're fans ourselves. We hate when people give away spoilers.
No
so
spoilers.
We don't want to do that ourselves.
I saw when I saw the trailer for this game. I guess it was Tuesday. I just sent chills down my spine just because I know of the Dark Crystal. Yes, we won.
Victory, GG.
Good work. Good work. I think we all helped. We encouraged.
Yes.
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get back to the chat. Give me a second. I'm trying to make this thumbnail.
Partying on top of the knocked out Guffling there.
Oh, that's cool.
So the trailer was a great example of how we worked together with Netflix and the Henson Company.
Okay.
Actually flew.
I bought Hollow Knight for $7. I'll cover for $3. Space is the only issue on memory card. I need to get a new SD card for sure. Bad Link says rarely even buy digitally, so to get me to drop money on a digital pre-order, it takes my friend Pedro apparently. It takes Cadence of Hyrule for me, even though everything I own is pretty much digital. But
put together this really
that's kind of me saying that's like.
Blends the puppetry of
That'd
the
help.
Crystal.
So once this is over,
when Ahlgren comes
do you guys want me to end the stream here and play and start a new stream for Cadence of Hyrule, or just keep it in the stream and
I was just like, okay, it's all
and then
right? Like
change the thumbnail and all that? I don't know yet.
Yeah, it's we're like kids in a candy store.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics is coming.
How big is my memory
Switch
card? It's like only
later this
100
year,
and something
so we're all
gigabytes of SD memory.
That is the right way to say it. Later this year. Later this year.
We're all looking forward to it, and as you said, the game is still in development. So thank you so much for coming by, Dave, David, and giving us an early look at this game that we are now very, very excited to get our hands on.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. Do you have any final words you'd like to say?
If anybody has any feedback, we're happy to take that. It is still in development and something that we're excited to share with the fans. I think we'll be doing some additional reveals before the game comes out, certainly. So let us know what you think.
Great. Well, thanks again for joining us, Kirk. Thank you. And everyone stick around, and thank you so much for sticking with us the last few days. We'll be right back momentarily to see this thing off. Stick around.
They'll be back momentarily to finish it out. Hey, almost over. Yeah, I'm setting it up right now. They're not done yet, so you got time, Courtney. She's over here freaking out. Give me a second. Well, yo, it's okay. Oops. I just nailed this. almost done creating the event. Probably just a group. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, Salty, my memory card's like 128 gigabytes, I think. It's not a big card. It's not huge. It's not a huge card. It's like, I need a bigger one, obviously.
All right, everybody.
All right, they're wrapping it up.
Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2019. Thank you so much for joining us, hanging out here over the last few days. We hope you've had fun checking out the games. We've had a blast bringing them to you. Few thank yous we want to say here. First off, thank you to all of our developers who came by and spent their time with us, shared their games. A lot of them working really hard right now to get those games finished for you. So we really hope you appreciated a chance to get to hear right from them with their inside thoughts on the game. From our side, of course, it takes a ton of people to make this happen on stage as well as off stage. So thank you to our crew, everybody on the technical side, everybody here and back at the office that's making this happen. In particular, thank you to Yoshika, Yuki, Andy, John, Kate, Gordon.
All right, y'all. So here's the deal.
Many people. I'm not gonna be able to list them all, but
I'm gonna put this right here.
It's so fun to come out here and share these games with you. So
Here's the link address for the next stream.
you have a wonderful year and
Click that link. That's where we're gonna be for Cadence of Hyrule. Appreciate y'all. This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. And so, that being said, gonna play some Cadence of Hyrule over there. Appreciate y'all. Give me a few minutes to get it rolling, and we'll go. We'll probably start about 3 o'clock. Peace.